And there it is, folks. Welcome to another edition of Friday Night Racing at the Velodrome. Thank you for joining us today. Yeah, you can put your hands together, make some noise for our riders coming up for their first race today. We're excited to be here on this beautiful evening, and so I hope you, too, are looking forward to some fun racing tonight. This is an open Marymoor mile. It's a short total distance. It's 4 laps. We're going to bring up riders, meaning open as everybody that signed up tonight can come up. This is not restricted by category, so these riders can come up to the rail. They'll join in on the start list here basically from the rail, and we'll get this thing going. A short scratch race, high speed, going to be a big component here in the Marymoor Mile. We'll get them started here shortly as we're just bringing up our riders. Any participants for the Marymoor Mile must come to the rail now. Almost everybody's up here now. Again, this is Friday Night Racing at the Velodrome. We're so excited you're here to join us, whether you're out there on YouTube tuning in on the live stream, or of course, if you came out to the park to join us. Thank you. This is going to be a great night of racing. Up first, the Marymoor Mile. Up next on deck is the Marymoor Crawl, followed by the Kiddie Kilo. And racing's underway. No neutral. The racing has already begun. It's 4 laps. Oh, you can hear the churning of some of the gearing there. It looks like we got one mechanical. Campbell Harris pulls the wheel a little bit there, getting in the start, but we got a pretty good sized field here for this fast 4 laps. And let's see how this field gets together down the back straight. A little bit of separation in the middle, but we're starting to see 2 riders pushing away a bit here at the front. Stan Douglas in the colors of the Power Rangers there, the red Power Ranger on the front. Taking his turn, he pulls up at 3 to go. That's Tomko, number 26, now taking over the lead spot. He's got some powerhouses right behind him, including Tyson Danielson, number 14. Going to likely be taking over the front next. But the leader's jersey for the Cat 1-2 men is right there. The rider of the year so far, the junior, right at the back of this group, also going to be a big competitor in this group with 2 to go. Danielson driving the train right now. He's got some teammates right with him. Look at this front of the Waterline Racing team coming out big tonight. I think Danielson's going to be done after that big effort. He's just trying to keep it fast and separate it.
And Corey, would you believe this is a track record that we have recorded? The recorded record is 152.99, so they're trying to beat that. Give them a round of applause. They got 1 to go.
It's 1 to go. 1 to go. Keeping our eye on the clock here. Is there going to be, I think it's just going to be now. It's right down to our last rider here, number 13 is pulling away. Trying to break a record as a full group here. They had the lead out train a little bit there from Danielson. Coming to the line here. I believe this is going to be our rider, Siegel, trying to put up a good time for the Waterline Racing team. Pardon me, that's not Siegel. That's number 31, not 13. Wyatt Paul trying to finish up the workload here. A 1:46 something. That's a record for the track. Whoa. Wyatt Paul, an impressive lap and a half nearly there at the end. He just pulled away from his teammates. This is a rider, by the way, who's been upgrading quickly up into the Cat 1-2s. But as a whole group, you saw the group effort at the front. You saw several riders taking their turns, just trying to make this as fast as possible. But I think we should put our hands together for our finisher here. Wyatt Paul will technically go in as grabbing the record on the back of all that lead-out effort. Congrats to Waterline Racing. Wyatt Paul, of course, getting across the line there, and all of our riders helping make that one happen. That was fast. The official time going in the books will be a 1:46.56 will be the recorded time for the Marymoor Mile. 1:46.56. Very quick, several seconds off the previous record. I think Amara got on mic saying it was a 1:52, if I remember correctly. So several seconds improvement. This is going to be another fun one here, folks. This is the Marymoor Crawl, invented right here at our velodrome. It's a fun, slow lap. Here's the deal. The riders cannot cross the finish line. They cannot put a foot down. They can't get off of the racing surface until the bell rings. They have to just stay up on their bikes and balance and basically stay in place for who knows how long. Once the bell rings, it's a one-lap sprint to go around the track. First rider across the line that survives that long, they'll be our winner. So again, it's a nice long process here. We do not know how long it'll be between the whistle and the bell.
Also at this point, let's get Kiddie Kilo riders to staging. You're next, believe it or not. You're going to be early in the schedule. So Kiddie Kilo riders go to staging, which is behind the beer garden now.
All Kiddie Kilo riders, you're called to stage. It's behind the beer garden over there in the grass area. There's our whistle. The timer has started. Riders got to get their hands off the rail and roll up here. They are not allowed to put their foot down or cross this finish line. They can't leave the race surface, so they can't go underneath that blue line down there. They can't lean on another rider. All they can do is just stay up on their bike until we ring the bell over here at the finish line. That's the signal for one to go, and off they'll sprint. First, you have to survive the endurance test of just standing up in place. This bikes are able to do so thanks to the fixed gearing. Let's see what we got going on here. It's a smaller group today for our crawl. We've got Haldy there at the front. Oh, foot's down. Came out of the pedal. Got lots of room up here for some riders to move up. The next victim is Rue Tomko, moving up a bit closer. There's got to at least be one Jerry Baker Jr. out here at all times. Come on. It's mandatory. I also see Sarah's out there from the Jerry Baker Jr. team. I think it's Watts for the Breakfast Racing team right there in second wheel position right now. Andrew Martin for the 10-Speed Hero team. That's the rider in that white jersey. Another member of the Cat 1-2 field we'll see get to race more tonight. Starting to move up a little bit towards the front. Rue's a little close to that vision sign. Oh, Rue's all done. Okay. Well, that was an impressive try nonetheless. Still no bell, though. How much longer is it going to go for? Maggottson just disappears off the back nice and casually. Quietly. Watts coming up a little bit closer to the line. There's a leader's jersey down there that has a mic getting awfully close to him.
Keegan, how are you doing?
Good.
Are you going to win this today?
We'll see.
Is track standing pretty easy? So people want to know, uh-oh, someone just fell down. How do you track stand?
Not fall over.
If only it was simple. It's just not falling over. That's pretty solid. Once again, Keegan is in our leader's jersey, Cat 3 racer. He's only 14 years old, by the way. Very speedy. Is there only 2 people left? Keegan, you should get a little closer. Get up there. Get up there. I'm sure the bell's coming quickly here. I'm going to get out of the way.
Wow, that was well timed.
Well timed.
Hold on. Did you know something? There goes Keegan on the attack. The junior wearing the leader's jersey. He's known for this kind of acceleration. I've seen this young rider just absolutely explode in top speed from a standstill. So he'll get the quick jump, and hers is going to not even try to really challenge him here. He says, "You got this, kid." Well done. Here we go. Put your hands together. Make some noise for one of our younger contestants tonight. Absolutely crushing today at the crawl. Showing off some good top speed there. Just warm up the legs for the Keirin coming later. All right, and already we're into the main event. Hey, folks, if you are here for Kiddie Kilo, your young rider should already be queued up. We're going to start bringing our kids out. Older kids going to be going first, and then, of course, the fan favorite right at the end of the push bike derby to close things out. Riders, come on up for our first group. Should be some of our older kids. Come on to the track. Here we go. Down to the bottom of the track, off of the gray part, underneath the blue line. There we go. All start lists for the Keirin heats are live, velodrome.org/live. The heats have been posted. Velodrome.org/live. Click the red button at the top. All heats are posted.
All right, we got our first group here, big kid style. One whole lap. Are you ready?
Yeah!
I heard it no. Oh well. Here we go. Ready, set, go!
You only get to cheer once for these kids. They come by one time. That's right. Corner one's making some noise for the kids. I love it. I love it. Coming in for a while here, we've got all of our groups for the Kiddie Kilo. We're just going to work through our age groups here. They get a little bit younger as we go. After that, we're going to be into the Keirin heats. Up first will be the Cat 1-2 men. Start list posted at velodrome.org/live for the riders to check. Here we go. Your first finisher coming in nice and fast. Here we go. Look at these speedsters. Cruising for the finish.
All right, all the way to the line, all the way to the finish line. You got it. All right, let's get that next group down. All right, I think this is our next group. We're doing another full lap. Are y'all ready? They're ready. Here we go. One whole lap. Ready, set, go.
It's always in the middle of this race, and it's a great opportunity to remind folks about sort of the story and the history of the velodrome. We're called the Jerry Baker Memorial Velodrome for, well, the reason that the man that built this place, Jerry Baker, and part of his mission from the very beginning was a community. And I think you can still feel that here in Redmond. It's very much a community of riders and athletes that come together every single week. We build these relationships with each other, and we're so excited whenever we see new members kind of coming into the velodrome community, because we know that's the future of the sport and many sports in this area, right? That's going to be the future of all these great things. And he started this Kiddie Kilo many, many years ago, and we're so proud to continue to see it grow. What was it, a couple weeks ago? I think we had a record. We had well over 100 kids on the track in one day. It was just crazy fun to see so many young athletes out here. So in the spirit of Jerry Baker and the continuing mission of building this community and our young people up, we do this. We cheer loudly. We show our support.
We're going to have a photo finish.
Look at this sprint for the line.
Woo!
Oh, the nice little push there at the end. Just enough. Very nice work. Another great showing here tonight. This is a big group of kids that are going to be coming out here. Got a few more groups to go through still before we get to the fun Pish Bike Derby at the end. And these are going to be weekly now for a while, is my understanding. So the next couple of weeks, next Friday night for a while here, you can count on it being here. So families, if you're having fun here tonight and want to come back and join us again next week and the following, we'll be here doing more Kiddie Kilos. Be sure to come on by.
All summer long, we're doing Kiddie Kilos.
That's right.
Just as long as it's sunny out, we're racing bikes.
That's right. Next group coming on down. Next group on up. If you want to check the schedule for anything like the Kiddie Kilo or just our race schedules in general, one place you could go is our website, velodrome.org. Under the education tab, there is actually a link for the Kiddie Kilo with all the dates that we're going to host this fun race for the kids. Again, velodrome.org. Head to the education tab. There's a drop-down option there for the Kiddie Kilo. That page will have all the dates that we plan to offer this fun race for the kids. Lots of opportunities throughout the summer. We're here until September, essentially racing every single Friday at 7 o'clock. Spider-Man out to an early start.
We just let him go. Okay, this group, are you ready?
Yeah!
Okay, go catch Spider-Man. Ready, set, go!
The carrot on the stick, I guess. Zoom. Oh, some off-road passing here going on. My goodness. Some extreme bike handling over there in corner one. Another thing to talk about during this time, of course, is all the educational opportunities we have here. One thing you'll notice about this velodrome, you might think this is kind of a unique facility. It is pretty unique. There's not many velodromes in the United States. And what's also unique about it, if you watch competitive cycling, this one's a big track. It's 400 meters long, and most competitive cycling is going to be much shorter than that. Anywhere from that 333 to 250 range, or even shorter in some places. And that creates more of a bank in the corners. It's a bit more of an extreme facility for kids and young riders to learn. Even for adults, this is a fantastic place to start the sport. So if you want to get signed up for our classes, velodrome.org, we've got adult and junior classes available throughout the summer. You can sign up by going to velodrome.org, look at the education tab, and look what your pop around what you're looking for, whether it's one of our junior camps or one of the 4-hour adult classes. There's lots of ways to get plugged into racing here at our velodrome. This group's hustling. My goodness. Look at the spin on these Zoom bikes. Putting the Zoom in the name right there. That's what I'm saying. This group's showing some serious speed. My goodness. We got a couple more from this group on the back half working their way around still. They're getting some help from the athletes. We're fine. We'll get them here. We got this. Next group, come on down. Next group of the kids, come on down.
It is a long track. You get lost back there.
Want to go down below the blue line. I know it's so fun to be up on where the big people race. They want to grow up so fast, you know?
All right, another really fast one lap. Are you ready?
Yeah!
Ooh, they're ready. Here we go. Ready, set, go!
Yeah, there we go. Another fast lap. I like this group. They were enthusiastic. He just wanted to hear the one to go sound. It's fine. One to go. Well handled, well handled. Wow, look at that group going through turn 1 and 2 right now. Whew. The future of sport and all things great here in our Redmond community. Fun to see so many families joining us week after week. Again, as Mara was saying, we got a lot of Kiddie Kilo racing going on here at the beginning of this summer season. I think who else is chomping at the bit back there is Mike's shaved ice. Got to reward the kids for their fun lap. I mean, come on now. Get your tacos on the way out, too. Got some good stuff here. Oh, nice. We're getting the final push through here. Woo! Nice work. That's a long lap.
Oh, we got 3 helping. All right, we got a couple more. Oh, we got parents running. It is a long lap. This is as long as a running track, 400 meters. Someone taking the shortcut through the warm-up circle. It's the pro move on the shortcut. We got to make sure they make it out, though. All right, let's keep them all going here. Back up, riding strong.
Got a couple of littles exploring over on the back half there, trying to get back on the warm-up circle. If we could keep those the kids all over kind of in the area where they're finishing up, that'd be awesome. Thanks for helping us with that. Oh my goodness, look at the sprint. Who needs the bike? Nice work. Future track star, you know, that's what I'm saying. It's all good. Next group, come on down. Next group of kids. Come on down.
This is a big group. These are, I think, our 3-4-year-olds. We're going to do one fast but safe lap. They're all spread out. Are you ready up here? Are you ready?
Yes.
Yes. Yes, we're ready. Okay, this big group, our goal is to stay nice and safe. We're doing one full lap. Ready, set, go!
Parents nowadays got to be so multi-talented. We not only have to run along, but you have to hold a video camera, you know, which is just your phone, and videography skills on the run. I mean, my goodness. The full effort here. Another big lap here for the youngsters. We got a few more groups, it looks like still. Again, this might be another like nearly historic night for us. We're going over 100 kids pretty much every time we're doing a Kiddie Kilo right now. Here come your first two from the group. Look at this. Whoa, that was a fast lap, you two. Nice work. Nice riding.
I think we once again have record numbers. We still have 2 groups of pedal bikes and then push bike derby. There we go. It's looking great.
Send them down. Next group. Sounds like we're expecting 2 more groups and then the push bike. So riders are about 3 groups out. Cat 1, 2 men for the JB Keirin Heats is our next race group to start. Again, all of our heats have been posted to velodrome.org/live. It was a slower start. We had less of the older kids, so I was like, maybe this isn't going to be another one of those record kind of nights. But, I mean, I think I was gravely mistaken.
All right. Next giant group. Are you ready? Okay, 1 whole lap. Ready, set, go! Oh, watch out, parents. Running into people over here. Try to stay down on the bottom. Find your spot. 1 whole lap. This is a long lap. There we go. The start's the hardest part.
I'm just impressed with the run-along support group on this one. This is like watching a pro race, but just replace all the cars with just an adult scrambling behind. It's amazing.
So while the kids go to get shaved ice, the parents go to the beer garden.
That's how it's supposed to work.
Is what I'm envisioning.
I don't know if these kids are old enough to hold the credit card note to do with it, but if you can figure it out,
Pretty
Mike's
sure
will take
ours
care of
did.
them, you know?
Ours did. Ours just took the card.
Well, that's fair.
This is a fast group.
Oh my goodness. Didn't we just start?
Should have this kid in the Marymoor mile.
Look
Woo!
out. Yeah, look out, Wyatt Paul. Getting chased down already. Whew. Nice work. Oh, nice lineup here coming out of turn 4. My goodness. This kid's treating it like a slalom. He's passing in and up and all around. Nice moves. The orange helmets there. Well done. For some of our older participants, or if you have some maybe older siblings that weren't out here today, out here on the track, 9 to 16-year-olds are eligible for our Camp Velo experience. It's a week-long training opportunity for our kids to get out here and learn the basics of track racing. They get on the rental bikes that we have that'll fit them. We teach them all the basics, how to ride safe, how to have fun here at Velodrome. And by the end of it, they're invited to start racing on Monday nights for our junior racing. Again, we have Camp Velo spots still open this summer. Registration online, velodrome.org. Head to the education tab and look out for that Camp Velo link.
That's right. Our first Camp Velo is next week. So definitely sign up if you got like a 9 to 14-year-old that likes bikes. We have the bikes. You're out here. It's super safe. It's a lot of fun. And that's how you get started in this crazy thing called track cycling. That's how all of our teams get started.
Yeah, it's a really low barrier to entry here with the bikes being available. And as I was mentioning earlier, because of the size of the track and the gentle bank, it's a really good place to learn. So if you have a kid that's maybe a little worried, they look at this and say, oh, I don't know. Well, we have a team of over 50 juniors that race here all the time. I think it's the proof is in the pudding when it comes to this is a good place for kids to race. Was it Rail Talk, I think, episode number 1 where Alex Siegel said this is like the new generation coming up, like seeing all the Rider of the Year jerseys and all the young riders. I mean, this is a great place for the youth right now.
Yeah, Friday night, all the Rider of the Years are juniors.
Every one of them.
There we go. All right, let's get this last pedal bike group down here.
Those darn young whippersnappers. Yeah, Rail Talk. We're doing a show now every single week. It's after Friday Night Racing. We pull up the table and do a little talk show to debrief what happened on that night of racing and look forward maybe to next week. We posted on YouTube over the weekend, so you can check it out on our channel, JB Velodrome. Rail Talk going up every week. When we have racing, we'll put up an episode of it, a little conversation to debrief the fun from the night, talk about Rider of the Year status, kind of some of the things that we saw that night, and of course, looking forward to the following week.
All right, last full lap group. Are you ready?
Yes!
Yes! Ready, set, go! Watch out for the people! We got lots of people. I'm gonna brush it off. He wants to finish. There we go, that's a tough one. Getting right back on that bike. Love to see it.
This is our last full lap group here. So all riders that were going to take a lap should have already gone out here. And next, we're going to bring out push bikes. There's going to be a fun sprint down the home straight. That'll be our conclusion for the Kiddie Kilo tonight. And then we'll ask folks to bring the kids and all of their little bike equipment out, cross the railing wherever that's most convenient for them to exit. We'll do that after the push bike derby is done. Another fast run out of the group here. My goodness. Whoo. I think that lap is long. Imagine doing it with that that kind of pedal stroke. That's spinning like crazy. Nice job, kids. Ooh. I think it's just showing off. Yeah, we're almost there, folks. Just keeping all the kids kind of corralled over there. Very helpful. Thank you for your patience. It's a, it's kind of the negative of this great positive, having so many kids come out and do this thing. It's a big part of our evening, so we want to make sure that we do this well and do it safely. Oh, just got a couple more still round the corner here. Here's a big group. Put your hands together. A couple more. Good job, kids. Training wheels and all. Love it. All right, let's bring out those push bikes. This is going to be important that we're watching closely here across the track. It's going to be full of kids here in a little bit. If we could have our volunteer kids again back here to form a nice long line and make sure that we get them as they're crossing the finish line here. Coming up next, it's the Push Bike Derby, followed immediately by the heats for the Cat 1-2 men. Up first for the heats, we have Vincent, Darlene, Haldeman, Adams, Sandoval, and Siegel, followed by Wilson, Tomko, Flom, Robson, Danielson, and Park. Those riders should be set to go here pretty quick. This is our last Kiddie Kilo event now getting lined up.
The mic work this far? It does. All right, pushers, are you ready? Okay, how about spectators? Are you ready for Push Bike Derby? Yes! All right, push bikers, here we go. Ready, set, go!
Here they go, all over the track. It's a quick sprint to the finish line. Oh, we got a push bike in yellow out in front. Oh, cruising, you got to keep going. Oh, look at this. Oh, the yellow push bike for the win. Nice job. We're all winners here because we get to enjoy the fun and the chaos of the Push Bike Derby. Couple more finishers. Come on, keep coming. You got this. Down to the grass once you cross the line. Good job. Down to your left. You're all done once you cross the line. Good job.
Wonderful. And once we get everyone across that line, we are going to try to exit the track. This is the hard part. So we got a few more finishers here. Got the tricycles, the scooters.
Push bike and the bib on still. I love this look. That's awesome.
All right. Looks like we got most people coming across. So now, if you can, we're going to try to exit either through the main gate here where you came through. We are also going to open up the back gate on the backside if you'd like to take a more scenic view. But the goal is to get out of the track relatively quickly as we have bike racing coming up.
That's right, folks. Everybody finds your way out of the inside of the track now. You can find anywhere along the rail that's convenient for you. Out the way you came in. You can also hop along the rail over here along the home straight. Come on over. Let's do it. Wherever you can is okay. The gate is open for you the way you came in. Mike's Shaved Ice is, I probably prepped, about 50 some orders already. Ready to go quick. Another absolutely crazy night of kids participating at the velodrome. We love to see it. We hope everybody had some fun here tonight, families. Thank you for making the way out. How about one more round of applause for all the kids and all the families for making their way out this evening. We know it takes a fair amount of our program time here to put this on, but we, again, value this so much as we know this is how we build community. Community takes these kinds of efforts, and we've seen this just grow year after year. The last couple of years as we've built this community from the ground up and continue to see our junior presence surge and grow. It's very important to us that we keep this mission alive, and thank you, families, for taking the time to come and join us tonight. We know it's getting close to some of the kids' bedtime, but we have some good food here. A beautiful evening to stay around a little bit, enjoy the racing action, see the big kids do it, right? Get to watch the real racing here in a little bit. And, of course, food trucks are here, beverage gardens open. We got your needs covered. Hopefully you can stick around a little bit and have some fun. If not, of course, we look forward to having you again for some more fun at the Kiddie Kilo. There's lots of Kiddie Kilos coming up. So if you enjoy the trip and had some fun, we can do it again next week, Friday night racing at 7 o'clock. We'll put another Kiddie Kilo there as well. queued up to start here shortly. Heat A for our Cat 1-2 men heats.
All right, let's keep on trying to move further back. The Mike Shaves Ice is down that way anyway, so keep on going through the gate here. Yeah, I hear they do hot laps on the parking pad after this. They just cruise around out there. So yep, keep on moving out. Thank you so much.
Calling Heat B also to line up. That's Chris Wilson, Daniel Tomko, Ben Flom, Mike Robson, Tyson Danielson, and Jamie Park. Heat B also getting ready to get started here. Please head over to get lined up. Coming up next, this is the Keirin. These riders are going to have to ride several times if they want to be the champions tonight in the Keirin. It's a kind of a round of qualifying they have to go through, depending on the number of riders. For our first group, there's 4 heats registered, so we're going to be sending them to a semifinal round. They got to finish in the front half of their group to then race in the semifinal, which will then allow them to move on into the major or the minor final beyond that. So this is going to be several rounds for these Cat 1-2 men just to be able to wear the prideful statement of, hey, I won tonight's Keirin top speed event. First up, though, the heats, where we really get to kind of sort out the riders and figure out where they're going to race next.
And also at this point, we're going to kind of clear the warm-up circle because that's what we're using for staging. Let's go and get Kiddie Kilo riders off the track at this point. We did it. Someone stop the time. Made it. All right, we need people off the track surface and back away from the rail. They're gonna go real fast.
All right, you can see them in the warm-up circle right now. Heat A. Heat A on the warm-up circle, getting into the lineup behind the pacer. So the thing about the Keirin, for all our families out there who may not have watched a lot of competitive cycling before, the Keirin is a race intended for sort of top speed finishing. It's all about bringing the group up to speed behind the pacing bike. And that bike at the front there, our e-bike, thanks to our friends at Greg Cycles for helping hook us up with our e-bike solution here, will help bring this group up to speed lap by lap. They'll drop them off on the back straight just before they get the one-to-go bell. And then first ride across the line would be so-called the winner of this particular race. However, because we're in the qualifiers right now, riders just got to find themselves in the front half of this group. The top 3 will advance to continue to race. The other 3 are done for tonight. They don't get another chance after that. They need to stay in the top 3 to continue to ride on into the semifinal round. This is a 4-lap fast race. Again, it's all about top speed. It really sets up some fun sprints here at the end, as these riders right now are relatively working little here. Behind the pacer is going to do most of the work to try to help them get up to top speed for the first 2.5 laps. Rider 42, we're looking for number 42 to call in. That's Mike Robson. Last call for Robson to come to line up for the start. Robson. Getting up to speed now. You can see already they're a little bit quicker than the last time they went around. The riders kind of pull for position behind the bike. I should point that out as well. So nobody had to really vie for that initial position. Most of the fields, I imagine in this first round, they're not going to really have a lot of change from those initial drawed order. Right at the front there, number 16, Scott Vincent in the pink for Dyna Racing. Half of these riders get to continue on The back half of this field, I think, looks to be the dangerous half of this group, and they're going to have to do some work to get up and around. Although also look out for Darlene's got a good wheel there in the second spot, the rider in blue. But look for Adams, the rider in gray, to try to maybe move around here, and then you're going to see that white jersey in the fifth and the rider in sixth wheel as well. Try to come up and around here at some point. Kind of shorten this race up a little bit. There's the one to go, Mark. It's still Vincent driving the train right now. Here comes that move from the rider in the white. That's going to bring along your Waterline Racing rider as well. High speed coming down on the back straight. Big overtake coming here from our rider Sandoval with great acceleration. He'll take over at the front position. Here comes Adams trying to come out of the group. Oh, there's Darlene as well, side by side. Ooh, a fight to come into the front here. Top three advance, I think. Adams is trying to hold on to it. Darlene, Adams. Ooh, Darlene's got enough. It looks like 29 will be your third across the line. The move from the back, as predicted, coming to the wider and right. That is Mario Sandoval picking up the action quickly there. And that'll be good for our top three there. A nice fight between Adams and Darlene. It'll be Mike Darlene who gets to ride again in the next round. And let's keep it going here on the warm-up circle. You can already see the next group is queued up and getting started. This is Heat B. On deck, we have Heat C, followed by, of course, our last heat for the Cat 1-2 men. We go straight into the Cat 3 men after that. So we're down one rider in this group. So out of the five, we still get to advance three. So out of these five, again, three will advance. Drawing at the front there is Chris Wilson, number 9 for the Fountain Cycling Guild. The rider in green with that white helmet. Right behind him, a teammate for Darlene. Just saw his teammate get across. That's 26, Tomko for Center Cycles. Number 10, Ben Flom in the orange for the Fell Swoop team. That's number 14, Tyson Danielson of Waterline Racing. And then we have Jamie Park, Dyna Racing in the pink with the white helmet at the back. Should say in that last group, the Waterline racer on the back of Sandoval, that was Siegel. So we had Siegel, Sandoval coming across the line 1-2, and Darlene was third. Those will be our three advancers, I believe. In this group, again, 3 more to join in on the semifinal round. It's from there that we'll determine whether riders will race in the major or minor finals. That'll determine who races for top placings, the 1st through 6th race. 3 to go. A couple more laps here with our lead out bike. And again, no change in the order here, so it's still Fountain Cycling right there at the front. Now, this is a pretty well-matched group. This is kind of tough to pick out of this 5 who's going to find the front. It's going to come down to this next half lap here. They got to get up to top speed, and then off they go. I wouldn't be surprised to see number 9 right there at the front hold their position at the front of this lineup, but then the move coming from behind, when and how, it's going to determine a lot here in this group. And here goes the pacer out of the way. Wilson going to kind of just allow this to slow down just a bit, as he's not totally driving the pace. He's not putting too much effort at the lead right now, allowing this thing to flatten up a little bit. Here comes Tomko around the corner. 1 to go. Top 3 advance. Tomko is accelerating nicely here along the red line. Flom following at the blue line. Wilson up and out of this sprinter's lane now is actually going up a little high, trying to hold on Tomko's acceleration. Tomko's great in the Keirin. He's trying to lead this thing out from about 400 meters out, see if he can find his way around. But look at this lineup. As I said, it's pretty close. They're going to fan out. It's still Tomko from the front doing an incredible job holding on to the lead position. Sprint coming to the outside. Danielson, Flom. Ooh, that'll be our top 3 will be Danielson, number 14, number 10, Ben Flom, and finally on the inside, Tomko for Center Cycles leads it out all the way around. Seen him do that ride many a time before. It works well for him here. Top 3 again. Our next heat coming up. We got 1 more for the Cat 1-2 men. Out of this group of 6, let's find 3 more to join in on the fun in the semifinal round. The whistle signaling the beginning of the race officially for these riders. 4 to go. It's Kenny Williams of the Center Cycles team. Number 12 is drawn in the first position. Former junior racer, now UW. It's a Husky there in the second position. Is David Magidson, number 15. Eric Waterman, the pink of Dyna Racing. He's right in the middle, wearing bib number 23. Eugenio Mirafintas, number 41 of the SCAD cycling team, has been positioned 4. Andrew Martin for 10-Speed Hero, number 27 in the 5th spot. And wearing the blue, another rider from our Waterline Racing, probably excited after getting that Marymoor mile record, is Wyatt Paul on the very back there. Another tough one to call here. We've got a new rider, an out-of-towner, somebody I haven't seen before, a rider from SCAD Racing. Going to see what he does here to our Cat 1-2 field tonight. Going to be fun to watch that. But the back two in this group, we saw what Wyatt Paul did in the Marymoor Mile, how strong he is, his top speed. Can be put to the test here, though, in the Keirin. A rider for Dyna Racing in the group, number 23 there in the middle, Eric Waterman. Many-time competitor on the Masters national stage for this event. Very experienced, very strong in the Keirin. He's going to try to position himself well here. He's got the wheel of the Husky there he's going to try to hold on to. Williams maintains tempo. He's guarding the right side. He's looking over, looking for any movements into the turn. So he's just kind of maintaining tempo, not pushing too hard right now, much like Wilson, allowing things to kind of flatten out a little bit behind him. And as the bell's going, here goes your rider from Dyna Racing. Eric Waterman takes the move up and around. A rider from SCAD Racing, the rider in the yellow and white. Looking pretty quick here down the back straight, but here comes the big jump from Wyatt Paul. Looking like they're not even moving. What an acceleration. Waterline Racing is doing something here with their training program, let me tell you. My goodness. Wyatt Paul trying to show what he's got. We're going to see a little more of him tonight. Who's coming across the line second will be Martin, and it looks like Maggottson, number 15. The Husky will follow the wheel of Martin, and I think he'll get the nod. Last heat now out onto the group here, or out on the track for the Cat 1-2 men. Coming up next will be the Cat 3 men. Those heats coming up next here. Let's see what our last three to join the semifinal round will be. Relegation for number 41 in the previous race for entering the sprinter's lane while occupied. Official relegation for number 41 entering the sprinter's lane while occupied from the previous race. Let's take a look at this group. You got the Rider of the Year jersey in this group, and he draws the front position. It's the junior Merrick Gallagher for Jerry Baker Jr.'s team, wearing our Vi 13 Rider of the Year jersey. Thanks again to Vi 13, maker of fantastic custom athletic apparel, for supporting us and sponsoring us here yet again this year. In position right behind him, we got Mr. G. I think now we're officially in summer. We can call him Scott. But I know he's got a lot of his students out there that tune in and enjoy the racing here. Right behind him, Andrew Lynch of the Gene Johnson cycling team is in the middle position, bib number 11, pardon me. Emmett Culp is in fourth wheel spot for the Digital Commerce Bank team, number 43. And finally, bib number 4, Matty Hers for the Coefficient of Speed Race team. Three riders again get to advance here. Oh, looks like we might have an early abandonment move. Oh no, he's just been a little fun. Up and down. He's like trying to touch. It's like a high five for Greg Cycles there in turn 2. That's what that was. He's just doing a little slingshot move. Look what he's doing. Getting fancy in the back of the group. There's no rule that says he can't back off and reaccelerate, so he'll try to reposition himself with that little slingshot move. And again, the group kind of flattens onto the home straight. 3 more to advance into the semifinal round. Gallagher on the lead of the lap still. He's wearing that Rider of the Year jersey. He's wearing that Rider of the Year jersey because he's been real hard to beat in any race. From the front, he's going to try to match the acceleration from Hers now down the back straight. He brings with him a rider from, I believe that's Emmett Culp, the rider in that white helmet, falling into line. And here comes a little bit of a leading edge now. Hers leading out the effort. Gallagher finds a little bit of a window. Culp. Ooh, Lynch was coming. He won't quite make it. That'll be number 43, I think, third across the line. Culp joining in with Gallagher and Hers, unofficially the advancing riders. We're now into our Cat 3 men. We've got opportunity for the top 2 to advance to the major final. Places 3 through 4 advance to the minor final. So essentially the front 2 riders across the line go straight to the major final and will race for 1st through 6th. It pays to be at the front here in these qualifying rounds, even more so here in the Cat 3 men than it did in our Cat 1-2 men group. The 3rd and 4th place riders across the line will go to the minor final. They'll race for 7th through 12th in that secondary race. And in the group here, we have James Campbell-Harris of the Airtech Racing Team drawing the front position, bib 311. Hyun Lee, number 304 in the pink for Dyna Racing. Then it's going to be Tyrell Lacey of the Liquid Velo Squad, number 317 right in the middle. He's got a teammate right behind him, number 316. That's Grant Gibson. Kevin Ulrich, Coalition Cycling, at the back end, but no more, starting to try to kind of change things up as he overtakes both of the Liquid Velo riders. Ulrich, kind of known for a bit of a longer attack here, doesn't want to go down to the last minute. He wants to make this fast early, maybe trying to make this tough on the 2 lead-out riders. Campbell-Harris and Lee both going to be kind of favoring a bit of a shorter, high-speed effort. Ulrich's forcing the move here as he comes all the way up alongside Campbell-Harris, who now gets up in his efforts from the front. Airtech Racing still holding on to the lead. Hyun Lee also making a nice counter acceleration himself. He'll come right into the window nicely. Nice acceleration out of the saddle there for Liquid Velo, as well as it. Oh no! Can't challenge for the top 2 spots if we drop the chain, unfortunately. Campbell-Harris and Lee will ride for the major final. Ulrich, Lacey has got to be disappointed with that. He had good position, was in acceleration, might have been able to challenge for a top 2 spot. When the hardware doesn't follow suit, the best you can hope for is what happened there. A completely safe exit, no problems for him or any of our riders. Here we go again. Cat 3 men, another heat right on up to the track. Isn't this fun? It's nonstop action. That's right. Let's hear it. Ritter's not afraid of the show, man. We're here on a Friday night. Look at this crowd. Look at over in turn 1 and 2. Whoo! Grandstands are full. We got a lot. Where's the beer garden out? Let me hear some noise from the beverage garden out there. You enjoying it? There we go. Yeah. We got a great turnout tonight. Thanks for tuning in either on the live stream or coming, of course, in here to the beautiful park on this gorgeous Friday night and enjoying the racing with all of us. We're right in the middle of the Keirin heats right now, so riders are qualifying through these races. This group will be our second of the Cat 3 men. 2 riders advance to the major, 2 go to the minor, and the other riders will be done. It's Mike Ritter, fan favorite now at the front, number 313. He's got his teammate right behind him. Is Conrad Mayer, number 320. Tyler Arnoldi of the Waterline Racing Team is number 362 in 3rd spot. Jordan Green, number 306 with that bright colored jersey and the white helmet. In 5th wheel spot is Mike Jors in the blue with the white helmet. And finally, bib 303, Pierce Snowblin of the Airtech Racing Team finds himself in position 6. Still getting up to speed. They're going to see the 2 to go, about a half lap with the lead bike still to go. Who will join in for the major final? We saw Campbell-Harris and Hyun Lee so far. Some good top speed specialists making it through for the Cat 3 men. The middle of this group, again, I'm looking at that 3rd wheel spot, wondering what he's going to try to do with where he's at behind Conrad Mayer. That's going to watch this fanning out now. Watch for 3rd and 4th wheel to start getting a little bit excited here as we come into the home straight. Who's going to make the first jump? Here comes Arnoldi. Here comes, where's Conrad Mayer up and out of the saddle? He's got a good window. He's going to take the attack from the 2nd position in the overall group. Now he moves up to the front. Arnoldi trying to hold on to the acceleration. Here comes Jordan Green as well, the rider with that white helmet, multicolored jersey kind of coming into view. Ooh, Arnoldi still holding on to it. Conrad Mayer from the front, not down the sprinter's light yet for some reason, above the red line still. Oh, Mayer, Arnoldi. Whoa! It's going to be Mayer and Green, I believe. Just barely in front of Arnoldi. That call unofficial. But what a fight for those 3. Oh. Whew. That's what I'm talking about. We got one more for the Cat 3 men to qualify. That's right. If you don't know who to cheer for, again, it's the Power Rangers back again. Look out. Yeah. It's a Kiddie Kilo night, you know. We got to bring out the costumes sometimes. Have a little bit of fun. I love it. Let's take a look at our group that's out here. Our final heat for the Cat 3 men. Mike Westover, number 301. in that green jersey right at the front, racing for the Talk of Time Northwest Cycling Team. Will Fowler back for some more punishment, wearing the colors of the Booger Racing Team tonight in second position in the group. Ken Dong for the Dyna Racing Team is your third position rider. Kit Colbert for Liquid Velo, wearing bib 319, is the fourth wheel position right now. Right behind Colbert, we've got your Power Ranger Stan Douglas, number 360. Keegan Fairbanks in the Rider of the Year jersey. It's the 14-year-old winner from the Marymoor Crawl tonight. Look out for Fairbanks. He's going to be good in this event, I think. And, of course, Serge Malikian, number 399, will round out the group, the rider at the back in the black with the white helmet. Fairbanks is going to be tough to beat tonight in the Keirin, but we've also got some great top speed riders throughout this whole group. I wouldn't be surprised to see the back end fold entirely over in this group. In fact, I'm already starting to see that happen now. Just as I'm talking about it, Serge is already starting to kind of reposition himself a little bit. That's going to bring Fairbanks right on his wheel, and you're going to see this group kind of flatten out onto the back straight already, well ahead of the bike leaving. Now the question is how much effort does Westover from the front want to do? Where's the attack going to really start here coming out of turn 4? Westover still just holding tempo. Fairbanks going low while Serge going high. Now the attack is going to come from Ken Dong. It's getting tight there in the back. Look at these riders trying to find space. Fairbanks finding a little window there to hold on. Malikian trying to go up high. Here comes Liquid Velo. Kit Colbert's got a nice wide open lane to come around the rider from Dyna Racing. So Colbert now leading the lap. Fairbanks on his wheel. Surge up a little high. Here comes the Power Ranger also finding a spot. Ooh, it's going to be another good one here. Top 2 advance to the major final. Ooh, not quite enough from number 360. He was honed in on it, but it will be Fairbanks and Colbert in control for the major final. We continue right along with the women. Our open women field, Cat 1, 2, 3, open women's field. We got 2 heats tonight. Our first heat currently on the track. From both of these groups, the top 3 riders advance to the major, and the bottom 3 will advance to the minor final. All riders are granted a second ride because we have just 2 heats tonight, but you still got to be in the top half if you want to race for 1st through 6th out of these qualifiers. In our first group tonight, we got Bella Mejia in number 202 for the Jerry Baker Juniors right there at the front. Henrietta Watts of the Breakfast Racing Team is number 205 in second position. Rue Tomko, Jerry Baker Juniors, number 125 is your third place rider in the lineup. Amar Edwards, Team Mama Bears, bib 123 in the 4th spot. There's the rider of the year jersey, and guess what? It's another junior for the Jerry Baker Juniors. It's Danny Scoville. Behind Danny is Nancy Dahlberg, number 216, through 6th position in the lineup. First 3 across the line will race for 1st through 6th in the major finals. The 4th through 6th place riders will go to race in the minor final. That'll be 7th through 12th place. They're going to be sitting 2 to go here. Half lap with the Pacers still. Man, we got a good crowd tonight. They can hear you, folks. You make noise as they go by. That's good encouragement. Pick out your favorites on these laps because you're not going to see them going this slow. Next time they come around, we'll be hearing the bell, and they're going to be engaging their sprint. The juniors glued onto the wheel nicely here as Mejia is about to take over at the front. And there goes your lead bike out of the way. So one of our juniors now in control. She's on a pretty good attack here. A bit of an effort from her to hold on to the current speed. Watts will catch back up onto the rear wheel. Here comes Rue Tomko. They're trying to close it down to a little bit along the side. Here we go. It's 1 to go. Top 3 to the major final. Watts will climb around here into the lead spot. Just slowly bringing it up to top speed. We're still waiting for both Tomko and it looks like Scoville lined up in a good spot here to make their own moves. Edwards right on the wheel of Watts trying to find a window, but the juniors above, they've got the better lane right now. Here goes Rue. Scoville's on the wheel. We'll try to come and fan out a little bit here towards the end. Scoville and Tomko, 2 juniors trying to make it to the major final. It looks like they've got control here. Scoville and Tomko on their way to the major final. It looks like Watts and Edwards, pardon me, it's top 3. So Watts, I believe, would be 3rd across the line unofficially. We'll have that confirmed. And your final group out here, that's right, we've got 5 more fantastic athletes, and of them, 3 will get to race in that major final. Torrey Park, number 106. Not wearing the Rider of the Year jersey, but man, got to be close in that contest. She has been very strong here this season so far. Charlotte Westover for the Jerry Baker Jr. is right behind her. Sarah Lynch, number 201 in the third wheel spot. We got Jasmine Chang in bib number 231, and Lucy Gilchrist, number 105 for the Jerry Baker Jr. is at the back end. You notice basically every one of these fields tonight, there's been a Jerry Baker Jr. in it. There's a lot of big teams around here right now. We've seen a lot of kind of reconfiguration and centralization of our team efforts, but none more populous right now than the Jerry Baker Juniors at our velodrome as of late. Coming into the 2 to go mark here. Two to go. Last half lap with the lead bike. I'm going to be looking for that lead rider, Torrey Park, to just move from the front and go on pretty fast here, maybe make an attack from the front pretty quickly. Maybe stall for a moment, look for something to counter, and then she's probably going to open up an attack of her own. No, she's not even going to wait. She's already out of the saddle. She knows she's got great top speed and a good mix of endurance and overall speed here from Torrey. So she's going to put that into play right away. 1 to go as Torrey opens things up. Now the sprint is on for second across the line. That still gets you into the major final if you can get second and third. Torrey opening up absolute domination here on the back straight. It's Sarah Lynch right now in control from the field, but here comes Lucy Gilchrist and Charlotte Westover coming up towards the front. And Torrey just absolutely in control on this qualifier. Ooh, okay. It's going to be Jasmine and Westover.
1-2 semis to staging. Heat 1, you're drawing for position. Heat 2, be ready. After that, I believe is the Cat 3 final. We'll do minor final first and then major. So be over there, you got to draw for position.
All right, you heard that. We got the Cat 1-2. Cat 1-2 men. We're going to be doing your semis first. If you have not drawn for position, obviously we will be drawing for position for these races from here on out. So do come on over. Cat 1-2 men. All riders in the semifinals for the Cat 1-2 men. Come on over to the start area. Let's get you queued up and draw for position. Following that would be the minor, then the major final for the Cat 3 men. The minor, then the major for the women. We'll come back for the Cat 1-2 men, minor, and then major to end our Keirins for the night. All riders for the Cat 1-2 men in the semifinal round report for positions and getting set to go here. Catch our breath for just a moment. That was a lot of fun action right in a row. We get to kind of stretch our legs a little bit, find a new position on the track, maybe take a little stroll on over to our food truck partners that are hanging out here tonight, where you can reward yourself for a hard week of work on this beautiful night. Head on over to the Beverage Garden. Poststock Brewing and Locust Ciders, our good friends, once again stepping up as our beverage sponsors here in 2024. We cannot be happier with that, serving here tonight in the Beverage Garden. And, of course, being poured into our reusable, beautiful stainless steel cups coming the way of Stanley. Come on over and enjoy tonight before you make your way out of the park. Every purchase in the Beverage Garden is basically a donation right back into our programs thanks to our beverage sponsors. So you can feel double good about your purchase on a night like tonight. If you're out there on the YouTube stream enjoying the show, maybe you can comment your favorite moment so far, leave a chat, shout out somebody that you see racing tonight, let them know that you're here. Or, of course, if you're in person, you can also check out the stream. You can ask questions there. It's a really great way to ask a question of the team up here. We see the live chat while we're up here, so you can find the link right now, velodrome.org/live. Scroll down and you can pick up the action there. You can see views only available on the stream, including our GoPros that are out there on the Keirin bike, and from some of our riders, you can get an in-the-race action perspective as well as our infield camera views. It's a great time. The link is velodrome.org/live. If you're here and enjoying racing and you haven't subscribed yet, please do so and help us on our mission to reach 5,000 subscribers as we continue to grow our audience online as well as in person here at the Velodrome. Currently on the warm-up circle, we've got our first of the 2 semi-final rounds here. 6 riders matched up. This is going to be the split to the major and the minor. So half of these riders will race for 1st through 6th. Half of them will race for 7th through 12. You got to make the break point. The top half of this group to get the honors of the big race for first or sixth. Whistle signaling the beginning of racing officially. Drawing first position here, number 29 is Darlene for the Center Cycles team. Ben Flom of Fell Swoop Racing right behind him in the orange and blue. Again, riders here in this group, this is yet another qualifying round. We had 4 heats, so we have a little extra qualification work to do here for the Cat 1-2 men. They got a little longer to go. Let's see who else is in this group. And third in the lineup, that's going to be Wyatt Paul for the Waterline Racing team. The Husky, David Magidson, is the fourth wheel position. I believe that's Sandoval, the rider in the white with the black helmet, in fifth position now. And to round up this group, number 4 is Matty Hers for the Coefficient of Speed Racing team. They just saw 3 to go. The payoff for the Keirin, it takes a while to get there, but the real fun can oftentimes come down to that final lap of that final major race we get to watch that was all for the big prize of saying you're the champ tonight in the Keirin. It's a long build-up, but it's often awful fun to watch the conclusion. Last time we'll see him with the pacer, 2 to go. Top 3 here advancing into that major final for the Cat 1-2 men. We've seen this one before. Hers draws position 6. He dances along the Greg cycle sign. He'll do something similar to what he did in his qualifying heat last time. He's going to try and shorten the race pretty quick here. Watch this group collapse under the Stanley sign there in turn 3. 2 lanes now, starting to creep up a little bit on the lead riders. Darlene's going to start seeing some riders in his... Oh, here comes the big move. Number 2, Sandoval, as the bell's ringing, off and away, trying to guarantee that he's in the front half of this field. Ben Flom now accelerating out of turn 2. Here comes the move from Wyatt Paul up and out of the saddle. We've seen his acceleration earlier tonight. Being a little bit more closely matched in this group, it's Flom, Paul, and at the front, Sandoval. I think that's going to be our 3 as Hers is starting to peel a little bit from the pace. There's your top 3. Sandoval, first across the line here in the qualifying round. Next time we'll see those 3 racing for first through 6th.
But important to note, the last 3 get the minor final as well, so people get to race again. More and more Keirin racing. Cat 3s, minor and major, to draw right now.
Emmett Culp draws the first position. That's rider number 43. Tomko, number 26 for Center Cycles right behind him. For the Jerry Baker Juniors, that's Mayor Gallagher in the Rider of the Year jersey, the 3rd spot in the group. Alex Siegel, Waterline Racing, in 4th position. Andrew Martin, 10-speed hero, in the 5th position, and 6th in the lineup right now is Tyson Danielson, also of Waterline Racing team. 6 riders here. Once again, it's a nice split right in the middle. If you're in the front half, you go up to the major. Back half goes down to the minor. Everybody gets a second chance here to race, but if you want to make it for the race for first place, you got to be in the front half here. The middle of this field, I'm going to watch a lot here. This is going to be a tough one for Culp and Tomko from the front as they've got a lot of fast finishers piled behind them. Between Siegel, an excellent sprinter and great top speed specialist here. Gallagher, all-around powerful rider so far this season. Martin, who's shown he's got a good combination of endurance and top speed as well. That middle group is going to be really interesting once we see the movement start to unfold here. 2 to go. Number 26 likes to attack a little bit longer and doesn't mind being near the front. So he might try to do something a bit early here and not let anything formulate behind him. Let's see how things develop here as our pacer now going to be out of the way. Culp does attack right from the get-go. We saw this a bit earlier here today. Not surprising based on the lineup behind him. Culp feels like he just has to go, go, go. He accelerates into the home straight. We're going up to top speed here. Culp's driving the train. Here comes Tomko now. He's going to start pushing the pedals down a little bit harder himself. This put a lot of pressure on the back half of this field, but here now comes acceleration for Siegel. The rider from Waterline Racing. Look out down the home straight, or the back straight, pardon me. Here he goes. Siegel taking over at the front. Now comes the Rider of the Year jersey. Gallagher's got a second kick as well, and there's Martin. There's those middle 3 I was calling out. And Siegel, no question, he's going to be a big factor here tonight in the Keirin. Siegel, Gallagher, and Martin, your top 3. We're going straight into our minor final for the Cat 3 men. On deck, the major final for the Cat 3 men, and then we'll have our open women minor and then major. Just keeping that nice predictable order here. Here comes the minor final, the 7 through 12 race for the Cat 3 men onto the track now, about ready to get their start. Number 307 is Mike Jors there right behind the bike. 399 is Serge Malikian. I think that's going to be an interesting field here again. Both of these, I remember a lot of these heats came down to some very close sprints between the major and the minor final. You remember that it was only 2 riders that could make it into the major, and we saw many sprints where there was 3 riders contesting. So it's going to be, I think, some great speed here in this minor final. Can't forget, too, kind of mid-effort, we had a mechanical issue for one of our liquid velo riders. So he's looking for a little bit of revenge. That's rider number 317 there, Tyrell Lacey. Didn't quite get to finish the way he was hoping to last time he was out here. Right behind him, Stan Douglas in the Power Ranger kit, number 360. Had a great effort to try to make it in the major final as well, was just barely out of it. So probably wanting to come here and be dominant here in this race if he can. Seeing 2 to go. 2 to go. Conrad Mayer for the Dyna Racing team is followed by Kevin Ulrich for the Coalition Cycling team to round out this group of 6. Again, this is their last race tonight for the Keirin. This is the minor final, position 7 through 12 sorted here. On deck is the major final, where we get to see who our victor tonight is for the Cat 3 men. At the front, we've got Mike Jors, who's going to kind of let this thing go around him at the moment. Serge Malikian taking over. Here comes Tyrell Lacey. Here comes the speed, folks. It's Malikian and everybody on the move. 1 to go. Whoa, look at the power here from 399. Malikian had more to show, and so did Lacey. These two, I think, maybe felt like they got a bit snubbed in the earlier round. They have lots of speed to offer. And look out for Lacey. He found the wheel. He just need to make a nice move here at the end to come around Malikian, although Malikian's going to make it tough. Look at the power here. This is a 500-meter effort from Malikian, and no one can find their way around him. Nice, powerful lap here from 399. Looking very good at the front. We'll find 7th overall here tonight, but made it look real good doing it. And that'll be it for the minor final. Those riders will exit as we bring up the major final for the Cat 3 men. Top 6 positions coming up here. Currently in the neutral, so this is not started just yet. So we had a little bit of action still on the track. It wasn't quite cleared, so we'll send them around one time. This is the major final for the Cat 3 men. On deck, our open women 1, 2, 3 minor final, followed by the major. And then we get back to the minor and the major for our Cat 1, 2 men. Don't go anywhere, folks. The conclusion for the Keirins is still to come. Follow us on the socials if you haven't done so already. We're on Instagram, Facebook, and of course YouTube. You can find us at JB Velodrome on Instagram, where we post fun reels, lots of pictures and content about racing here, updates about what's coming up, cancellation notifications in case anything goes sideways with the weather here, at JB Velodrome. And now we can begin the racing. We start the counting down. 4 to go. The major final underway. It's Hyun Lee, the Dyna Racing team, right at the front, number 304. Colbert right behind him for the Liquid Velo team. There's Jordan Green in the third wheel spot. Behind him, Tyrell Lacey, Waterline Racing in 4th position. Keegan Fairbanks, the Rider of the Year jersey, in 5th position for the Jerry Baker Juniors. And finally, drawing position 6, James Campbell Harris, Aerotech Racing. This is the podium race, folks, for the Cat 3 men. First rider across the line will be your champ here tonight in this fun event. It all comes down to the final race now, seeing 3 to go. In getting here, all these riders showing great top speed. Can the junior find another victory here tonight? The youngster Fairbanks, wearing the Rider of the Year jersey, has shown that there's not many things he can't do this year, as he's really grown into his own. Just 14 years old, but so well versed. We saw some wonderful efforts from all these riders just to get into here, as many of these heats were very competitive. Hyun Lee at the front and Campbell Harris at the back might have been the least contested, as the two of them were able to pull away from their heat, but that just makes them that much more impressive. So they had some good top speed tonight. And here comes a little bit of a reshuffling, as Arnoldi's gotten a little a little antsy here. The rider from Waterline Racing finding the second lane above the red line, wants to kind of close down the gap towards the front, shorten the race just a hair. Green also kind of popping out. There's a little bit of like instability here in the middle of this group. And now Hyun Lee finds himself leading out in this difficult major final situation. He's going to kind of roll a little bit here. He doesn't want to do too much effort before the attack comes. And here we go. Put your hands together. The major final. 1 to go. Colbert, number 319, starts to take over the front now. Green's looking to try and get down to that sprinter's lane. And here we get a little bit of separation as Fairbanks is on the wheel of Hyun Lee. Lee on Green. Ooh, Campbell Harris is trying to come all the way back up from the back half of the group. Look at this fight here for the front. Campbell Harris is making a good run at it. He's trying to catch back on, but Jordan Green from the front looking so strong. No one can overtake him. Green to the line. Jordan Green will be your winner tonight in the Keirin. Whoa! Campbell Harris from all the way back there, I think might have gotten second, just barely over Hyun Lee. An impressive finish here. And some of the big, strong guys here showing up big in the Keirin tonight. Looked like Campbell Harris was out of that one. I think he might have gotten all the way up for second, but Jordan Green from the front, an impressive race for him. The whistle goes and the sounded. This is for the minor final, our 7 through 11 ride for the Open Women tonight. Just now getting underway. All right, let's tune in now to this minor final. Last chance for these great athletes to race tonight. Quite a few members from our junior team here ready to throw down. Number 201 at the front there. Sarah Lynch for the Jerry Baker Juniors. It's Nancy Dahlberg right behind her in the second position. Amar Edwards in the middle for Team Mama Bears. Two more Jerry Baker Junior riders. We got Bella Mejia in fourth spot. And then finally, Lucy Gilchrist in fifth position. Saying 2 to go, 2 to go. Half lap left with the pacer now. It will be one of our juniors leading the field if things stay the way they are here. Let's see what she wants to do with it as Lynch will be taking control at the front momentarily. If you're paying close attention to the qualifiers, you might have seen Gilchrist kind of sit up a little bit. It gave Jasmine a chance to catch up and overtake her at the line. She's probably feeling she needs to go and take over in this race. So she's at the back of this field now trying to work her way up. Can she catch as Lynch is on a big attack here? The junior opening up nicely from the front of the field. Here comes Gilchrist now trying to catch back onto the wheel saying, yeah, I'm not going to lose twice tonight in this race. Let's go. Here comes Gilchrist now trying to come and take over the front. Edwards also accelerating. Edwards on a good turn of speed here, going to catch onto the wheel pretty quickly. Oh, looking for the overtaking the turn. It's coach versus junior team member. Back up and out of the saddle. Now here comes Gilchrist and Edwards head-to-head to the line. Gilchrist in the sprinter's lane. Edwards alongside. Oh, coach just barely takes it in a great sprint head-to-head there between the two. Made that one fun as it looked like Gilchrist had snuck away, but Edwards had one more match to burn. Battery swap here for the e-bike. We're going to take just a moment to catch our breath before we bring out this major final for the Open Women, followed by the minor final for the Cat 1-2 men, and then finally our last Keirin for the evening, the major final. Thank you for coming out and joining us. It's been another great turnout on a beautiful Friday night. Hope you're enjoying yourself out there. And what a great day of racing. Yes, right. Let me hear some noise. Where's our fans here tonight? We're still having a good time. It's a good show here, and I'm really loving this home field crowd, man. This is like the grandstands are there. They showed up today. And we hope if you're out there on the stream as well, you're enjoying yourself. We race every single week here as long as the weather is permitting of it on Friday night racing at 7 o'clock. We do have some special events that also happen during our racing calendar. We have, of course, the Grand Prix upcoming this season. We have Junior Nationals coming up at the end of the summer. We do Fred's Race, our local tournament here for Masters and Junior competitors on the track. We've got all sorts of great racing going on all throughout the summer. But the general reminder I'd say is no matter what's going on, we try to race every single Friday at 7 o'clock. You can count on us being here as long as it ain't raining. All right, we're getting things started back up again as our group is in the warm-up circle on the back of the pacer. This is the major final of the race for first through sixth. The riders that made it in the front of their qualifying groups. The speedsters here tonight trying to be our champs in the Keirin. Getting lined up and about ready to get their start from the track. And racing is underway. 4 to go. Behind the pacer, we've got Danny Scoville, Rider of the Year jersey number 102 for the Jerry Baker Jr. team. Jasmine right behind her in second position. We've got Charlotte Westover with the orange bike, Jerry Baker Jr. team in third position with the pink helmet for the Jerry Baker Jr. team. That's Rue Tomko in fourth wheel spot. Henrietta Watts, that's the Breakfast Racing team with the white helmet in fifth position. And Tori Park, he's got that green jersey on in sixth position. Look out for the rider at the back of this field. We saw what she did during her qualifier. Very interesting to see how she rides this one. From the front, of course, though, the Rider of the Year going to be doing proud here tonight. Wants to make sure she can find a victory tonight or at least put up a really good fight from the front. Being in the lead position in a Keirin can be awfully tough. Look for her to kind of back off as that lead bike pulls away. Maybe a reset of the speed. We'll see what she's thinking. Everything's still lined up nicely here, getting up to speed. They'll be seeing 2 to go, another half lap with the pacer, and then the racing really is going to be fully underway. Pick your favorite now. Are you rooting for the Rider of the Year at the front? Are you looking for one of our upstarts from the junior team? Maybe you're rooting for the pancake from the Breakfast Racing team, Watts. There's lots of great stuff here tonight to be cheering for. Jasmine, who's, I think, really improving quickly here, is coming on really well during this season, makes her way into this major final. She's right behind Scoville. And as you can see, Scoville absolutely waiting for Tori to come up here. I think she's just waiting for the attack because she's going to try and find the wheel immediately. This is a great move here. She knows it's coming. She can get onto the wheel quickly. Tori's trying to drop her right away. It's 1 to go. Tori's on full attack mode. Here comes Scoville. If she can grab the wheel, get into the slipstream, she has a chance to challenge. She does it. The junior's up there. Now it's just going to be straight muscle from the front. Does Tori have enough speed from the front position? Because now she's committed. Well, you can't do anything in this position. Now you're just giving the lead out for the junior. She's going to try to take over from turn 3. This should be enough. Scoville plays it very well. She waits for the attack. She jumps the wheel. She finds the opening. Scoville, Rider of the Year, showing her stuff here. A nice finish for the junior. Scoville, Park, and Tomko come across the lines 1, 2, and 3. A confirmation that because of the order of the Keirins and the way that we kind of redid the schedule for tonight, it will be Cat 3 men points, Open women points, and then the Cat 1-2 points. Give a little bit more rest time for those Keirin finishers so we can keep the racing going here. On the track now, Cat 1-2 men in the minor final. This will be these riders' last time tonight to race. The race for 7th through 12th. Now, this is a big group tonight. We had 4 heats competing in the Keirin. So even getting here was a challenge for these riders. They put a lot of effort just to get to this point. They're going to be making sure that they put on a good show for us here. They're going to fight for the line. It might be for 7th, but in their mind, it's going to be race for first. Emmett Culp at the front, number 43. Number 4 right behind him is Maddie Hers, the coefficient of speed. The Huskies, David Magidson in 3rd position. Mike Darlene for Center Cycles in 4th spot. Tyson Danielson of the Waterline Racing Team is 5th in the lineup. And there's Tomko for Center Cycles in position 6. Culp drawing position 1, 2 in a row. We saw him lead the group out last time. He did a valiant effort from the front. It's so hard to win from the front in this race, though. Couldn't quite put it together the last time he was here, but he still managed to make it into this minor final. He's going to probably have to do something similar here in this group. Hers, number 4, right behind him. Probably won't mind that too much. He might try to match that effort when he sees it. Next time we see them, they're going to be seeing 1 to go. There goes the pacer. Culp not going the attack this time. He's going to totally change it up. He sits up. Here comes the move from Tomko all the way from downtown. He loves this move. He's got 500 meters of open track. It's go time for Tomko. The bell's ringing. 1 to go. 1 to go. Number 14 picking up the speed here as he brings the big bike up into the top speed. He'll try to match. Look at him catch quick. Danielson down the back straight should be able to overtake quickly. Waterline Racing up at the front will just barely take over into turn 3, and now it's Danielson's race to finish. Nice run at the wheel by Danielson, and he opened up a very big gap as he made that attack. Danielson at the front of this group. Culp with enough finishing speed to come across the line second out of the group, along with Hers and Tomko right there. And those riders will exit as their race is all done. And finally, to crown our champion tonight for the Cat 1-2 men, we're going to bring out the major final, the event we've been building to for these riders. They've had 2 qualifying rounds just to get here. And finally, we get to settle the score and see who will be on top of the Keirin race tonight. Coming on the track now, the major final for the Cat 1-2 men. Ben Flom, number 10, drew position number 1 for the Fell Swoop race team. Right behind him is number 27, Andrew Martin, 10-speed hero. Mario Sandoval, number 2, sitting in 3rd wheel position right now. He's got Siegel of the Waterline Racing Team in 4th position. Wyatt Paul, his teammate, right behind him. And finally, in the Rider of the Year jersey, rounding out the group in position 6, Merrick Gallagher. Siegel will always be a favorite when we line up a group like this for a Keirin. We know he's got top speed. He's been training for these kind of events. He comes out here every single week when we have a Keirin like this and shows up with great speed, with great style. He'll take over in this race if he's allowed to. So the question is from the other 5 riders that are here, what's going to happen with number 13? Is there anything we can do to hold him in check? What kind of strategy do these other riders have up their sleeves? Because you know if it comes down to the top speed and he's got the lane, it's likely going to be Siegel's race. His teammate not going to be able to work with him or for him. It's his own race. So 2 Waterline riders out there. They're not working together. They're racing the sprints right against one another here in this upcoming lap. At the front is still Ben Flom. They're seeing 2 to go. Pick your favorite. It's going to be going fast next time we see him. Sandoval, another rider to watch in this group, number 2, who's got the position right in the middle of the group and has Siegel on his wheel. Is going to be an important move. If he decides to engage, it's going to likely bring Siegel into contention as he moves up. And the pacer's out of the way. It looks pretty static. Nothing happening yet. It's standing still here. Hitting turn 4. Here comes the moves. The bell's ringing. It's 1 to go. Who's going to find the line first? Paul with a huge attack out of turn 4. Caught them sleeping a little bit. It's going to be recovery time now for Siegel and for Gallagher. Paul is showing up in just incredible style this year. Here he goes. Merrick Gallagher tried to make the jump, but Siegel was caught asleep a little bit too long. He could not recover. Wyatt Paul, Marymoor Mile, the Keirin on a tear. Number 31. Happy with that result. A recent upgrader from the Cat 3 is continuing to improve every single week, and now he shows that he's got good speed and smarts for the Keirin. Look out for this guy. And with that, we conclude the Keirins for tonight. Those riders are making their way off. We're making sure that it's all safe and clear before we bring our next group up. And there's a signal for the points racing to come on up. It's the Cat 3 men. Points race to the rail, please. Cat 3 men, points race to the rail. For the fans who haven't had the pleasure of watching a points race before, a quick rundown during the neutral. Points racing is about, well, getting lots of points. We give out points on special laps. If you look at the program, you can know how the laps are going to go. This says 7 by 5 in our program. That means there's going to be 7 sprints separated by 5 laps each for a total of 35 laps. Whenever we're going into a sprint lap for the points, you'll hear the bell ringing, letting you know the next time they come across the line will be worth points. The first time that'll happen is at 31 to go. We'll hear one at 26, 21, and so on. When the riders come across the line, the first 4 get points. It's 5 points to the leader, 3 to the second place rider, 2 to the third, and 1 to the fourth place rider on those laps each and every time, except for the final one, which is doubled up, 10, 6, 4, and 2 for the final sprint. Always important to know. Some of these races tonight are long enough. It's a good reminder also, when you lap the field, if you can get all the way around and catch them, you gain 20. If the field catches you, you go down a lap, you lose 20 points. Rider with the most number of points at the end is your winner. Tie is broken by finishing order on the final lap. And the whistle is sounded. It's the first lap of racing, 35 to go. We'll hear a bell at 31. Cat 3 men points race just now underway. $34 to go. Pierce Nola, number 303 at the front. You're going to see some decent tempo here early on in the race as we kind of wake the legs back up again and riders taking their turns at the front. Nearly single file formation here. It means that it's pretty quick clip in the opening laps. Mike Westover now at the front for the Taco Time Northwest Racing Team. It's not mandatory that our riders are on these teams, but as you can see, many of them do find their way as part of team memberships that allows them to have sort of a guaranteed community of riders to work with, to share knowledge with, to train with. But when it comes to racing the track bike, it really is one rider against the field out here. If you're a fan of road cycling or if you've watched that kind of contest before, you know there's oftentimes inter-team tactics that are expected as part of those race formats. But out here, it's actually strictly prohibited, forbidden to have that going on. So you think, well, why did these riders need teams? It's all about the community and the preparation, the shared resources, the pooling of all that knowledge that these riders can share. And of course, a sense of belonging out here. We've got a great community, but even within that, we have all these great sub-communities of riders competing week by week and working together to put on this great show that you see every week. 32 to go. Our riders gathering up a little bit across the finish line here. They're hesitating before this first sprint. On deck will be the open women for their points, followed by the final race of the evening. That's what we'll bring back the Cat 1-2 for their last race tonight. Bears Garden still open. We got the food truck still here. Lots more fun racing. And here we go. It's going to be our first point sprint of this great race. Here we go. 31 to go. Bells ringing. Who wants to jump out to be our early leader? Conrad Mayer, number 320, on the lead of this first effort now. In the blue, that's Mike Robson trying to, Mike Jors, the other Mike. Mike Robson didn't make it out tonight. But Mike Jors is here. He's going to take over the front, actually. So a big move here for Jors as he takes in control here. Several bike lengths separating him from the rest of the field. We should probably write him down for 5 already. Here comes Serge Malikian and Keegan Fairbanks challenging for points. Whoa. Serge has don't you dare. Green coming across the line, I believe, for the single point at the back end of that. Your early leader, Mike Jors, number 307 with 5 points. After that, I have Serge Malikian with 3, Keegan Fairbanks with 2, Jordan Green with 1. And those do match the official results after review, so our rider's off to a start here early in the race is Jors, number 307, who makes his way all the way to the back of the field. Time to rest up a little bit after that big attack. Everybody all back together again at 28 to go. Will Fowler taking over the front here temporarily as the field quickly rotating around. Lots of changing at the lead. With 27 to go. I see another new body here in the Cat 3 men. There's got Tori Park, number 106, joining in on the action here. She'll be coming near the front here momentarily. Looking for a challenge tonight in the points race. This little bit longer race tonight. And here goes a bit of an attack. Speaking of which, Tori's in this attack now as we're going to start kind of hustling off the front. Fairbanks feeling the pressure. He jumps out of the field quickly. He's trying to bridge that gap. He does not want to let this get away. He wants to be in it. They actually kind of sitting up here as the bells ring and nobody on the attack now. Being let out right now by Kit Colbert. He pulls up. Fairbanks pulls up as well. Lacey takes over at the lead position now. Fairbanks will swing back behind him. There's Snowblend, Park creating that lead out right now on their way for points. Lacey on the lead. Snowblend trying to attack now into turn 3. Ooh, a little bit up and out of the lane there. He's able to come back in as Lacey holds on to the lead position in the lane. Fairbanks right behind him. Ooh, trying to find that gap. Fairbanks gets it. 5 for Fairbanks, 3 for Lacey, 2 Snowblend, 1 for Park. That's a relegation to 317 in the previous sprint for exiting the sprinter's lane while the sprint was engaged. That's a relegation to the back and out of the sprint for 317. Lacey for exiting the sprinter's lane while the sprint was engaged. That means that there's one more rider that was in the that would have been 5th across the line that now gets up into the points. So we'll wait on the official confirmation here shortly. Bit of an attack here again. Kevin Ulrich, the rider for Coalition Cycling, is currently at the front for this group of 3. It's Westover and Park together in this group of 3 now. This is a good effort. These 3 riders, I think, are pretty matched in terms of the kind of effort they're looking for. So Ulrich's trying to drive the train now. Park will take over here shortly at 23 to go. And they're looking around. The field's pretty close. .22 to go. Bell next time around. Fairbanks across the line for 5. Jor is coming back up here now, gets 3. Snowblend for 2. Malikian 1. .18 to go here. Field coming together after the last sprint. A little bit of a rest position here for the riders as there was a lot of speed there in that last one. So time to recover and get ready for the next one. They got a couple more laps of rest here. Ulrich sitting at the front, also not in his attack mode. He's allowing this to sit a little bit longer with Jordan Green, and there's Fairbanks, winner of the last sprint, in 3rd position. Points next lap, 16 to go. Points next time. Take a stab at the current points after the sprint as Isaac got a little turnaround after the relegation. I will give an announcement of where we think we are after this one. Here comes Fairbanks again, trying to come around. Can he get another 5-point sprint here? The kid is being dominant here tonight at the points. Can he get another? Mayer's going to challenge him all the way to the line. Whoa, Conrad on the inside will get it. Just barely. Fairbanks made it hard. Snoblin, and then I think that was going to be our rider from Liquid Velo, Lacey, for one that time. $14 to go. This is definitely an unofficial call, but here's our points totals. I got Keegan Fairbanks with 15 points, your current race leader. Mike Jors in second with 8. Snoblin in third with 7. Mayer in fourth with 5 points. I got Malikian with 4. Torrey Park with 2. Tyra Lacey with 1. Jordan Green with 1. And that matches the official record. We're on track. So your leader, in really strong fashion, the junior, wearing that Rider of the Year jersey, wants to continue to hold on. He's got 3:17 out in front of him right now. One of our riders with some points, Tyra Lacey for the Liquid Velo team, has got a nice gap here. He only has 1 point so far, so I feel like he's feeling the pressure now to make something happen in this race, and he found a good opening. The field, they're organized into a single file almost here, but there's not a lot of catch energy. Conrad Mayer leading the train, but it looks like they're not in full let's go get this mode right now. Mayer will pull up out of the way. Westover will take over the front here shortly. Well, Mayer's going to stay on the front here, it looks like, and just going to keep this thing rolling. Seeing 12 to go is our leader on the track, 3:17. 12 to go for the field. Snoblin takes over the front for Airtech Racing, number 303, as he'll take his pull on the home straight. Lots of rotation here at the front. Your leader in the race doesn't want to do too much work either. He knows that this rider's got a long way to go before they're challenging him, so he doesn't want to do too much work to go catch him. Lacey with only 1 point. What a great move here for the rider from Liquid Velo. He'll be getting the bell, and he's basically lined up and already slotted for the 5. Lacey getting the bell, 11 to go. 3 sprints remaining here. And there's the bell for the field. Ulrich, number 322. The rider above the red line there, kind of taking over the front now. Here's Jors on his wheel. And Snoblin lined up as well. Lickin jumping out of the field there. So we're down 1 more rider in the group. Here comes Jors trying to hold on to Ulrich's attack from the front. They're on their way to catching Lacey, but Tyrell's in still good position here. Whoa, I think he'll be fine. But good speed here from Ulrich. They'll be able to come up quickly onto his position. Look at this. 5 for Lacey, 3 for Ulrich, 2 for Jors. And 3:13, I believe, Mike Ritter came across the line for 1. Your unofficial update here on the points. Keegan Fairbanks, 15 points, still your leader. He's a 5-point lead over Mike Jors now, who has 10 points in second. After that, I've got Snoblin with 7. Lacey now with 6. Mayer with 5. Other riders with points, Malikian 4, Ulrich 3, Colbert 1, Ritter 1, Green 1, Torrey 2. Looks like we might be losing a few more, though, here as our field is starting to thin out a bit. You notice there's a few less riders in this long race here tonight. Falling off of this quick pace that's been established for the last couple of laps, seeing 8 to go. They only got 2 more chances to sprint it out. Your leader right there near the front of the group, number 333. The Fairbanks squad go out and get like a color matching helmet for the Rider of the Year jersey, or is that just like a nice benefit that the jersey matches his helmet? I don't even know. That is some nice color coordination from Fairbanks with the Rider of the Year jersey. Snazzy looking. Another pause here for a moment as we get to catch our breath. So will the athletes as they're going to kind of reset themselves. Last chance here before the finishing lap to kind of set yourself up for that final big sprint. 7 to go. Bell next time. Coming into the bell, punching up a little bit here behind Ulrich and Tori Park there at the front. 2 or 3 lanes wide. Here comes the bell. Second to last opportunity for points here on the big long race for the Cat 3 men field. Ulrich trying to keep at the front. Has to do a pretty big effort just to come out in front of the rest of the riders. He's got the lane if he wants it. He's going to stay high for the moment. Knows he's clear, will drop down. Here comes Jordan Green, Mike Westover coming in the picture, and there's Fairbanks on his sprint. This kid's got a lot of battery here tonight. He's going to make another run for points. Green, here comes Fairbanks. Ooh, Ulrich, I think will hold on for 3. Fairbanks were 2 that time. Snoblin 1. Keegan still in the lead of this race. I got him now at 17 points in first place. Several riders are knocking on the door of second overall right now. Let's see where we're at there. Mike Jor is still in second with 10, but Snoblin with 8. Lacey and Ulrich with 6. So is Jordan Green with 6. There's 3 riders right there tied for third. The race for the podium is in a really good spot right now. After that, I still got Malikian with 4, Tori with 2, Ritter with 1. Colbert with 1. The field saw 3 to go. So now again, the race for the win of this race is not, I think, as interesting as the race for second and third right now. So Jor is the rider in the blue with the white helmet. He's in the second line right in the middle of the field. Has 10 points. As long as Fairbanks is in the sprint and gets some points, he's going to be able to win this race, and Jor will not be able to overtake him. But then the question is we got 3 other riders that are all just a few points off from Jor that could potentially try to come for him in second place. We're looking at Jordan Green, number 306, sitting at the front of the field with the multicolored jersey and that white helmet, has 6 points. Tyra Lacey, number 317 for Liquid Velo. The rider in white with the white helmet kind of near the back of the group. He has 6 points. Kevin Ulrich for Coalition, the rider at the front with the white and the light blue, also with 6 points. So several riders, all within striking distance of second, are all going to be looking at each other as well, trying to sort out who's going to be on top of tonight's points race. And it finally comes down to this last sprint. Let's see how this thing plays out. Here comes one of those riders with 6 as Lacey's trying to get in a position for the sprint now. He's opening it up and 1 to go. Final sprint. 10 points at the line for the first rider across. Here goes Lacey. A huge attack being set up out of turn 4. And the nice opening here. Who's going to come into the picture next? Look out for the kid. He's got it going again down that back straight. Jor is trying to get in position. Conrad Mayer for Dyna Racing. Ooh, it's 4 riders across the track as George is trying to find a window. But Lacey just absolutely dominated this last lap. Will easily grab the 10. And Fairbanks doing Herculean work here just to get 6 more for himself. I think George unable to find a point there. Talking about one of the third place riders taking over at second. I think that's what Lacey was just able to do. So our rider from Liquid Velo picking up the 10, should end with 16, good for second. Fairbanks gets 6 more in the final sprint. I believe that'll put him at 23, your victor for the points race. To the junior, the rider of the year holds on proudly to the colors. Riders Alexa on the backstart. We're just about ready to bring up our next group, and we get the sound for the whistle. Open women to the rail for the points. We have another points race. Same rules apply. This time it's a 5x5. Make it a 25-lap race. 5 chances for sprints, separated by 5 laps each. 5 through 2 and 1 to the leaders, doubled on the final lap. Your open women for their final race tonight. The points race currently in the neutral. Up next, our final race tonight. It's the Cat 1-2 men. They have a 50-lap, 10x5 points race that'll be an epic conclusion here for the evening. And it is our Rider of the Year featured ride tonight. So between that and the Keirin, riders will be picking up their Rider of the Year points. An important contest upcoming here for our open women and our Cat 1-2 men to close out tonight's great program. Points racing, always a good way to finish the action. Don't forget, folks, we're back here again next week. I know that we go late into the night. Some of you take off before we finish. Thank you for joining us if you're still here with us in the park. 7 o'clock, same place, same time. Different food trucks, same beverages, I'll tell you that. But always great racing here at 7 o'clock on a Friday night. Look forward to having more of that great action next week. Here we go. The start and the whistle. Racing underway. 25 to go. Points racing for the open women. Don't forget, there's still spots available for both adult and junior classes throughout the summer. This is a great time to remind folks that if you are interested in racing, this is the place to do it. If you're anywhere in the greater Seattle area, this is the place to be. Register for a weekend 4-hour adult class. Saturday or Sunday times available, noon to 4. You come out on the track, and by the end of the 4 hours, you know how to do it. You're going to be invited to come join our novice category on Monday nights to continue to receive more coaching, more support. Our staff are there to answer your questions to try to make it both a very safe and educational environment until you get your okay to receive your first upgrade into the Cat 4s, where you can begin to really show your stuff here in the regular racing programs at the Velodrome. It all starts by signing up for an adult class through our website, velodrome.org. Education tab, you'll find the adult classes, the available remaining spots. Sign up online and start your adventure here at the track. We've got the bikes for you already. Our rental fleet, you get your rental bike fee included with your class registration, and we'll help you get started right away. All you need to do is bring some athletic wear and a helmet. We got the rest. We'll help you get set up here. On the track right now, it is the very opening laps for this points race for the Open 1-2-3 women. And tonight we have ourselves a 25 total lap race. The first bell will be at 21 to go. Riders seeing 22 now. Next time around, the bell's ringing for their first chance for points. This field dominated in participation numbers by juniors. So many young riders in this field, not least of which, of course, the Rider of the Year there at the back, Danny Scoville, for the Jerry Baker Juniors. We'll see who's going to come to the front for this very first sprint. Nancy Dahlberg leading the effort right now, as Edwards takes over in the sprinters lane at the front of the group. Lynch right behind her. Torrey Park double dipping, it looks like, going to go from the Cat 3 straight into this race. So she's got the disadvantage of 35 laps of high-speed racing before this. Trying to go in again here. There's our first bell, 21 to go. Nobody jumping the gun yet. They're going to try and short this lap up just a bit more. Giving a chance for the back of the field to maybe reposition themselves a little bit here. That's Bella for the junior team starting to position themselves as well. Now coming towards the front, a big attack coming out of turn 3. She's going to take over the front as Henrietta Watts is also going to try to hold on here, get something out of the saddle. Mejia and Watts side by side for this first sprint. Watts now reestablishing control here. Breakfast Racing Team at the front. Jerry Baker Jr. is fanning out for the rest of the points. Scoville flying in hot for 3. 2 for Tomko. I still think Bella gets 1. That's an unofficial call. We'll give Watts the win for 5 on that one. Your early leader, Henrietta Watts, to the Breakfast Racing Team. That's bib number 205 with 5 points. Scoville, the Jerry Baker Jr.'s number 102 in second with 3. Rue Tomko in third with 2 points. And Bella Mejia, also of the Jerry Baker Jr.'s number 202 with 1 point in fourth place currently. Seeing 17 to go. 17 to go. If you haven't heard yet, August 1st through the 4th, the USA Cycling Junior Track National Championships coming to Redmond this year. That's right. Right at the beginning of the month of August, we've got a week of the kids going to be taking over the track. Some great racing going on here. If you are a fan of racing and want to check out some of the fastest young talent in the country, come join us August 1st through 4th here at the Jerry Baker Memorial Velodrome. 16 to go. Talking about some great young speed here. Charlotte Westover, a multi-talented cyclist, not just out here on the track, but also mountain biking. All over strong rider, has continued to improve week by week. She leads out the sprint, will fall off as now takes over Tomko. Rue has been also showing a great year so far. Tries to take over the front of this sprint. Looking good here. Here comes Scoville trying to challenge, but Tomko in a really good position. Can the close happen here? Scoville's got good acceleration. She'll have enough. Scoville for 5. Ooh, Park for 3. Tomko for 2. And Watts gets 1 more. Your unofficial points totals at current standings. Scoville, your leader, with 8 points. In second with 6 is Watts. In third with 4, Tomko. Park with 3 points and Mejia with 1. Those points totals do match up with the official record. I believe our rider currently in 5th with 1 point. Mejia about to be caught by the field here, so that position will change. But your leader, Scoville, number 102. With 8 points, leading currently by 2 points over the next closest rider, Watts. Now showing 13 to go. Gilchrist on the front for the field, number 105.
I'm so good at pretending. Keep on smiling in my tiny bubble, like a movie without ending. Spending time like it was going backwards. Bruises covering our walls, but they fall down. Diving deeper in the books that we read blind. Breathing in and breathing out to get smarter. Not working out for me, yeah. Got no money on my mind, tell my mommy I'm alright. Even laughing at the jokes you tell me. Keep myself inside the lines, leaving tidy all the time. If you ask me, I am fine.
And our group sitting up above the blue line here, kind of gathering up. They just saw 12 to go last time they crossed the line. They'll be hearing the bell soon. A little bit of a hesitation, allowing our chasing group to come back into the field. So that's going to add 3 more into the field now. As they'll reconnect in between turns 3 and 4, just in time for the sprint. So things are just about to get fast right as they catch. Bell's ringing, another sprint upcoming. 11 to go.
Going greener by the minute. Soon I can't wear any other colors. Bruises covering my walls, but they fall down. Diving deeper in the books.
Oh, that's right. I hear a question on the chat right now. For Junior Nats, can East Coast family members watch just on the stream like we're doing now? You bet you can. We're going to be streaming the entire stinking thing right here on our YouTube. That's right. All of the action from all of our special events gets broadcasted across the country through YouTube. Be sure to share it with friends and family and subscribe to let people know. Yes, Junior Nats and all the rest will be promoted on our YouTube. At 10 to go, the Scoville domination continues. Another 5 points for Scoville. Tori for 3 points. I think that was Tonko grabbing 2 and Watts maybe for 1. That's unofficial. I'll check in with my team to confirm.
If I keep feeling like I'm missing something, don't you worry about me, yeah. Don't you worry about it. Got no money on my mind, tell my mommy I'm alright. Even laughing at the tricks you tell me. Keep myself inside the lines, leaving tidy all the time. If you ask me, I am fine. Got no money on my mind.
My unofficial points total sit now with Scoville after picking up 5 more in the lead with 13 points. In very strong control of this race right now. The rest of the field fighting over second place. I've got currently Watts in second with 7, both Park and Tomko with 6, and a tie for third. Everyone else looking for points. And that matches the official record at 8 to go. Scoville, 13. Watts, 7. Park, Tomko, 6 points. Everyone else looking for their first positive points of the race. And one of the great benefits of this velodrome community, besides being one of the most active, in fact, by the numbers, the most active velodrome in the country, thank you very much, is also the quality of this broadcast that we put together, thanks in large part to incredible donations from our community. We put together a couple of asks the last couple of years to upgrade equipment, including bringing out higher quality cameras, hiring some extra help up here on the deck to make sure that we've got all hands on deck ready to help with the production. And then, of course, investing a little bit more effort and time into some of our graphics and overlays. And over the last couple of years, it's come together nicely into what we think is a pretty good effort for our nonprofit organization, broadcasting essentially all of our Friday nights and every special event we do to the entire world if they'd like to watch. You can rewatch all of the racing going back many years now on our YouTube channel. You can see the development from where we started, I think, what year would that have been? Maybe 2018 or so, with an iPad out here as I was announcing and just turning an iPad on a swivel, to now having a team of 3 or 4 up here working together to put this together. So thank you for those that are tuning in and supporting us there. We got another bell at 6 to go. 2 sprints remaining. Up after this will be the conclusion of the program. Our Cat 1-2 men for their points race is up next. And yes, that will be our last race tonight. Look forward to the exciting 50 laps they're going to put together. During this sprint, we've got Charlotte Westover beginning to put together an attack out of turn 2. Watts at the front of the field right now, as is Scoville. And here comes Tomko and the rest of the riders. Tomko trying to come up around the corner here to take over, see if they can find the attack on Scoville. But Scoville wants yet another 5. Looking really good tonight as Scoville is very consistent on these sprints. Scoville, Tomko, Watts, and I think Gilchrist. Your leader, Scoville, now moves up to a healthy 18 points. Really tough to overcome herd points totals right now. Tomko moving up to 9, right alongside of Watts with 9. I believe I have a tie right now for second between those 2 riders. Park sitting back with 6 at 4th place now. And I think Gilchrist, bib number 105, picked up 1 point in the last sprint. The only rider with points in the field. That should be our points totals according to our team. So that matches the record as well. At 4 to go, we've got ourselves one last sprint to sort this thing out. And Tomko and Watts both are fighting over second place right now in a complete dead heat with 9 points each. But Victoria Park, number 106, is right there as well with 6. So the race for second looking good. This is another situation where Scoville gets anything in this sprint. There's absolutely no opportunity that anybody can beat her. If she's completely out of it, doesn't even get a single point, it is possible for either Tomko or Watts to steal the lead in one sprint here, but unlikely. Final sprint with 10 big points at the front. You know that Scoville's got enough speed left to at least get something in this upcoming sprint. Going to be very tough to take it away from bib number 102 at this stage. So now we're looking at number 205, our racer from the Breakfast Racing team, Watts, with 9 points. Ruth Tomko, number 125 of the Jerry Baker Jr.'s team. That's the rider right in the middle of the field with the pink helmet. They both have 9 points. Which one of them is going to be in front on this final sprint to get second overall is likely what we're going to be watching here most closely. Two to go. Just about there. Riders grouping up here, crossing the finish line with Tomko at the front. We just talked about we're going to watch them closely as they're one of the riders really gunning for second right now in this race. That's not to take anything away from them. They're all trying to get first, but just the way the points have played out for Scoville, it's going to be a tough one to take her off the top of this podium tonight. Here goes Westover on a very early attack. Getting anxious and very energetic here, well ahead of the bell. Why not? The junior is going to just get stronger with every one of these efforts, and she is not one to sit passively in this field. Nice move from Westover. Here comes the counter move from the rest of the field. Watts on the attack now, 205 leading it. Scoville right on the wheel. Watts trying to secure a big finish here. If Watts can be in front of Tomko, they'll be in second place here tonight. Edwards, who's been sitting in the field waiting for a chance to have an attack of her own, will go on this final sprint and overtake several of the riders now coming alongside Scoville. Edwards trying to pick up the final 10 points. This is going to be a big move up in the finishing order for Team Mama Bears. Scoville will hold on to the win tonight. Edwards takes the big 10 at the end. And Tomko finishes ahead of Watts. That should give Tomko the second place finish in the race tonight. Not many riders with more than 10 points, with Edwards getting 10. That's moving way up the finishing order. Good move there to close out the race. The Scoville Rider of the Year holding on to that jersey another week with a great win here tonight in the points race. Cat 1-2 men to the rail for the 50-lap points race.
Get away from the drinks and chatter. Haven't said a word, but it doesn't matter. Feel the air get thinner. I'm standing in a blurry dream. No one else can see her. Live your life within the moment, and don't go wait until the morning. So let us dance this night away.
50 laps on the card showing here in the neutral. We're going to start out turn forward all together. Same rules apply, but this time there's 10 chances to sprint. Lots of opportunities for sprinting to occur here. Going to be a great mix of the longer distance, some top speed on display, and of course the smarts to put that effort all together and come on top of the champ here tonight in the big points race. 50 laps in this great contest. And a final one for the evening. Another one that's important for the Rider of the Year jersey. That's right, both the Keirin and the points race tonight bolded on the schedule. They're getting points for the Rider of the Year jersey. You know, Merrick Gallagher out there wants to hold on to the colors another week. We'll be watching him, number 7 for sure. Well, you saw Wyatt Paul. This guy's been all over this field tonight, coming out of the Cat 3 so recently, showing exactly what he's made of, winning in the Keirin tonight and setting a record for the Marymoor mile tonight with combined effort from that field. Let's see how the Cat 1-2s race tonight in this great points race. And the sound of the whistle means racing is underway. 50 laps to go. And here we go. Let's get a couple laps in. Let's talk about what's going on here in the race. Things are opening up here with Ben Flom on the attack right now. Just kind of opening this field up a little bit. This is just to stretch things out. He thinks maybe he can get away with one of these. And the field's kind of keeping him in check here at 48 to go. Just a couple bike lengths back from number 10. He set up a little bit here at the blue line, and as I'm saying that, you can see Flom checks between the legs and sees that the field is sitting a bit wide now. This is giving him kind of the go-ahead, the green flag to just kind of keep rolling here. He will keep on the pressure. So Flom will continue to apply some power here at 47 to go. He's sort of a perennial attempter of many sort of time trial efforts here at the track. We're knowing him for, he'll try the hour record here and there. He likes the longer distance efforts. He's very comfortable off the front of the field. So you're trying here just a kind of an early attack just to see what comes of it. Again, this is a very comfortable effort for him. Even if this doesn't formulate, he's forcing the field to chase him a bit here. He'll sit back in. He'll try one of these later maybe, or this could just benefit him in the overall as he's tiring out some of these riders on the early laps. They're right there within striking distance again at 46 to go. There's the bell for our first points. Scott Grinsell of the Dyna Racing team, number 18, kind of doing the primary duties of catching right now. He brings the whole field with him, and that allows the rest of the field to overtake as we hit turn 3. You're going to see Coalition Cycling coming to the front. I believe that's going to be Lynch. Andy Lynch now taking over at the front. Your Rider of the Year jersey, trying to get some points here. Mayor Gallagher. Gallagher going to be finding 5. Lynch for 3. Martin 2. Mirafuentes 1. Number 7, the Rider of the Year, Gallagher, I believe, with 5, and Lynch with 3, Martin with 2, and Mirafuentes with 1 after the first sprint. Confirmed as official at 44 to go. There's your Rider of the Year right at the front. Wants to be active early in this race. He's wearing the colors of this race. He wants to make sure he gets some points tonight. Keep this jersey as long as he can. At the end of the year, we will crown our Rider of the Year. Whoever holds the jersey after the final regular season night gets the extra nod as being the Rider of the Year. Takes home the colors, the pride, the title. It's an ongoing kind of tournament here we have throughout the entire season, and it only applies in certain races. If you check the schedule, you'll know which ones are eligible for those points based on the ones that are bolded in the program. 43 to go. Next time we'll hear the bells at 41. Next time we'll hear the bell, 42 to go. It's Kenny Williams serving at the front of the field right now up along the rails. Everybody's riding nice and high at or above that blue line. And Gallagher will kind of casually take over the sprinter's lane, just watches the field kind of follow him as they naturally form that triangle off of his leading edge now. Bit of anticipation coming into this sprint lap. See one of our riders from Found Cycling Guild all the way on the outside trying to reposition and get ready for whatever speed might be coming here as the bell's now ringing. The attack might be coming from up high. Indeed, it will be. Wilson will follow through with the move as he was kind of moving into position in turn 4. He'll take over the front. This is a nice attack here for the rider in green. Gallagher, the next to try to bridge this thing quickly. He'll challenge for points. Here comes Wilson. Gallagher on the acceleration will be able to take over here. He'll find the 5. Whoa. Faster than he might have thought he was going to catch there. Here comes Gallagher. Wilson for 3. Fuentes for 2. Martin for 1. Your leader gaining 5 more. Now with 10 is Gallagher. 4 riders with 3 points apiece. Interestingly enough, Chris Wilson, Andy Lynch, Andrew Martin, and Eugenio Mirafuentes, 4 riders tied for second. each with 3 apiece. Everybody else looking for their first points at 39 to go. The rider of the year looking dominant in the early sprints. It's a long race, though. Plenty of things can happen between now and this finish. .38 to go. Now kind of crowding the blue line again. So we're seeing this acceleration for the sprint laps and then hesitation in between. Oftentimes it's these in-between laps where you'll see some of the more veteran, longer distance endurance favoring riders make their attacks. They'll try to throw in a chip or two and apply some pain to the field, but not tonight, at least not at this stage of the race. Everybody's going to kind of fall back into line and work as a field again in these in-between laps, recover, and then re-engage for a sprint. It's a bit of a smaller field than we might see on a normal Friday night. That might also be impacting our overall tactics and speed here. 37 to go as they come across the line that time. We'll see another bell ringing the next time we see them. Again, at this stage of the race, you've got one rider winning 2 sprints in a row with 10. 4 riders kind of splitting the points up between themselves to all end up with 3 points. So we have 4 riders in a tie for second. Everybody else without points yet. It's only been 2 sprints so far. Here's their third chance for points as the bell's ringing at 36 to go. Wyatt Paul, number 31, awfully quiet so far in the points race. I talked a little bit about him during the neutral, just how strong he's been tonight. Maybe now he's in position to go for some points. After sitting out the first couple, he'll try to attack from the front, but here now comes the move from inside the field. Martin coming up alongside of Sandoval now. Here comes Lynch. This is a busy front. Nolan Adams in the gray also trying to challenge here. It'll just be Paul from the front doing what he's done all night, just riding away from the front of this field. So much power here. He'll find 5. Adams finds a good wheel for 3 points. That's number 27, Andrew Martin, 2 points. Lynch for 1. Still a lot of riders with 3, but let's see what happened here. Gallagher unchanged, sits at 10 in the lead. Martin and Paul both with 5 in a tie for second, 5 points back from the leader. I got 4 riders with 3 points. Mirafuentes, Lynch, Wilson, Mirafuentes, and Adams with 3. Lynch gaining 1. He now has 4 points. So to restate that one more time in a more clear and understandable fashion, Gallagher, your leader with 10. 2 riders in second, Martin and Paul with 5 each. 1 rider back in 4th place is going to be Andy Lynch with 4. And we have a couple riders right there tied for 5th with 3 points. Here goes Grinsel for the Dyna Racing team. Number 18 has decided to go on a solo attack here right after that sprint got done, so he'll take his effort off the front now. We see him do this on this race pretty frequently, kind of find a place in the middle of the race where he thinks he can get away with some points, try to break off the front, as it's awfully difficult within this field to win a sprint. So many fast finishers, so just going to try a different formula here and see what he can do with it, much like how Flom opened the race. Grinsel now will try it here for this sprint coming up at 30 to go. We'll get a bell next time at 31. Your race leader Gallagher in hot pursuit here, does not want to let the points go down track too far. Martin takes over the chasing role now. Flom joining in. So this is Grinsel kind of creating some movement here as the rest of the field does want to go chase back down the 5 points. Quite a bit of effort being spent here. Grinsel can hear them coming. He pulls up above the blue line as the sprints engage. It's being led by Flom now for Fell Swoop. Gallagher on a good wheel here, as is Martin in good position. 4 or 5 wheels back, though. Look out. I think maybe one of these riders might try to make the jump. Here comes Dyna Racing. Jamie Park hasn't had a jump at it yet. He's going to come up and try to make something happen. Will not be stopped, though. Gallagher will come up and out of that sprinter's lane. We'll try to take over the front. Here comes Gallagher, the junior, for 5. Park in good position for 3. 2 points for Andrew Martin. And whoa! Might have been Wilson. I'm going to wait for the confirmation. It looked like it was number 41 on the inside, Mirafuentes, but we'll confirm.
And this is a Mara paging Henry Kaiser. Henry Kaiser, make yourself known.
Big moves off the front here while we're doing the math of the points. I've got a breakaway from Wilson, who took a big jump out of turn 2 about a lap ago. And he's got Andy Lynch also taking a bite here, trying to jump up and join him for an effort of 2 riders off the front. Points update after the last sprint. 15 points to your leader now. Gallagher, after winning yet another, took 1 off, and now he came back to get 15 points to your leader, number 7, Gallagher. After that, I've got Martin with 7, currently sitting in 2nd place. In 3rd place, Wyatt Paul with 5. A couple riders with 4 is Chris Wilson, Andy Lynch. 3 points to Mirafuentes, Park, and Adams. Our break has gotten bigger here. Look at all the riders scrambling up to join Wilson and Lynch. And here goes Danielson. He's just going to keep rolling on this effort. This is a big move here. Well ahead of the bell. He's just going to try to put out a big, strong 800 meters or so, 2 big laps around the track. He drops the rest of the breakaway as they're kind of sitting together. Here comes, I believe that's going to be Park trying to come up into the front of the catching group of 4 out in front of the field. And this is in time for the bell. Danielson timing that nicely. Let's see what he can get from this. Danielson at 26 to go. Number 14 on the lead of the lap. Here's Park on the chase, group of 4. And the rest of the field currently being led by Grinsel, number 18. All keeping this pretty close together. But the points do look like they're going to be at least going Danielson's way. The chase of 4, well, they're right there. Can they just stay away from the field and try to get the points between themselves? Here goes an effort from Wilson to kind of make sure that they do. It looks like that will hold. Here comes Danielson for 5 at 25 to go. Got a big gap here. What will he do with it? Looks like he might be a bit gassed here. He's pulling off the speed. Williams for 3, Wilson 2, Lynch 1. Your leader in the race still will remain Gallagher, uninvolved in the previous sprint with 15, but we got some other shakeups further down in the list. Is the fight for second. Once again, we got a points race that's going to be very busy in that fight for second, third, fourth place or so. Let's check out where we're at. I got Martin with 7 points, still sitting in second. Next rider up is rider with 6 points, Chris Wilson. Several riders with 5, tied for what would be 4th place right now. Wyatt Paul, Tyson Danielson, and Andy Lynch. Several more riders after that. We got riders with 3 points. It's going to be Park, Williams, and Adams. And that matches the official record as of now. So to summarize the race right now, we've got still a Gallagher with a pretty comfortable lead. It's 8 points back to Martin, the rider currently in second with 7, but second place to third place, just a gap of 1 point separating Martin from Chris Wilson, currently with 6. And then 3 more riders with 5. Lynch, Danielson, and Paul all right there. So the fight for second going to be interesting as second, third, and fourth place separated by only 2 points right now, and including 5 very active riders here. Just now passing the halfway point. It's about time, I think, for the Rider of the Year jersey to kind of reestablish here pretty soon. You might kind of look for him to not want to sit out many more of these sprints. The race within the race is always the riders in these points races deciding who and which riders to cover, as they know they've got direct competition with some and maybe not with others. You can see kind of who each other's watching. As I'm watching the Rider of the Year jersey, he's keeping his eye on a couple of riders near in the back of the field, so he's not anywhere near the front as the bell's ringing. He's going to let some more riders maybe contest at the front. Here comes Wyatt Paul leading the attack down the back straight. Mirafuentes, the rider in yellow, right there on the wheel. Here comes what looks to be Magidson, the rider in purple. Flom, the rider of the Year jersey, going 5 away across the track. 4 riders. Whoa! Paul on the inside for 5. It's going to be Gallagher for 3. I think it's Flom, then Magidson unofficially. I'll get the confirmation on that one soon. And here comes Andrew Martin, the rider that was in second place before that sprint, trying to just keep on the pedals. He wants to make this thing hard. And here now comes our rider from SCAD Cycling Team. Mirafuentes looking around, seeing not anybody's right there with him. He might be able to go on a bit of a solo break here of his own, as the rest of the field needs some rest. And Mirafuentes not with a lot of points to his name. He's got 3. First rider was 31. To confirm on the previous sprint, Magidson with 2 points. Flom with 1 after that sprint. Your race leader does pick up some valuable points in the last sprint, moving up from the previous total of 15. Now at 18 is your leader, number 7. 18 points for Gallagher. In second now is Wyatt Paul with 10 points. Third place, Andrew Martin with 7. Chris Wilson in fourth with 6. I've got Danielson, Lynch, both with 5. Park with 3. Mirafuentes with 3. Williams with 3. Adams with 3. We also have David Magidson now with 2. Ben Flom with 1. Points all over the field. That does match the official record. There's a lot more riders on that leaderboard now. It still is going to be a race for second, just based on the way this race is played out. I think we're going to see Gallagher get involved again here in the next couple of sprints. But the break here, very impressive from these two, as Danielson made the effort to bridge quickly up to Mirafuentes, and they make a dynamic duo here off the front of the field. They're going to take the lion's share of the points, and they've opened up a nice gap here. Neither rider currently contesting for first place overall. They're allowed a lot of running room here. But if they stay in this position for long enough, they could suddenly be challenging for the win in this race. Looks like Ben Flom in a huge effort here to try to bring this field a little bit closer. Danielson does come across the line first for points, but look at this effort. They're trying to work to get this gap down a little bit here on their way to picking up points. Flom will get 2, and Gallagher will get 1. Gallagher moves up to 19 points after picking up just 1 in the previous sprint. Danielson jumping into a tie for second now with 10, in a tie with Wyatt Paul. Andrew Martin still back at 7, now good for 4th place. Chris Wilson with 6, tied with Mirafuentes now. I believe that's good for 5th now in the race. So again, to go down our points, let's see. Number 7, Merrick Gallagher, 19 points, your leader. Wyatt Paul and Tyson Danielson with 10 each in second. In 4th place with 7 currently, Andrew Martin. In 5th place with 6 points, Chris Wilson. Riders with 5 include Lynch. I missed Mirafuentes also with 6 points. 5 points for Andy Lynch. 3 for Flom. 3 for Williams. 3 for Park. 3 for Adams. 2 points to David Magidson. They just saw 12 to go. The break still together here. The team of two. They were doing some serious work here. Oh, Danielson still has more. He does not want to get caught. He really is trying to make sure that this sticks a little bit here. This is a big move. Getting the bell. Danielson wants more. This might be it, though. This is a really big effort for number 14. Bell's ringing. Here goes Gallagher trying to pull away from the field as well. This is where the race gets so tiring. They've already raced 39 stinking times around the track. Are you kidding me? And they're still going at this speed. This is a big one for Danielson, and now Gallagher trying to kind of match this effort a little bit off the front of the field. Danielson will certainly secure the 5. The question is, what next? They have 2 more sprints left, 10 laps remaining. Here comes Danielson for 10, Gallagher for 3. Martin picks up 2 points here, and Wilson will find the 1 point there at the end of the sprint. Danielson with a strong 15 points now. Yes, he will definitely abandon that effort. He needs rest. He's finding a wheel, but that was a big one there. That'll move him up into second place after picking up yet another 5 points off the front of this field. Big move for number 14 and shakes up the standings big time. Your race leader picks up more points too, so let's go down the order as we have it now and try my best. 22 points to your leader, Gallagher, now 22 points. In second place with 15, number 14, Tyson Danielson. In third place with 10 points, Wyatt Paul. In fourth with 9, Andrew Martin. I have 7 points for Wilson. 6 points for Mirafuentes. 3 points for Adams, Flom, Williams, and Park. 2 points for Magidson. Also missing Lynch on my way down the list. Andy Lynch still with 5 points, number 11. Points all over the board here, but with that big investment in that attack, you can see what number 14 was trying to do. The challenge is just to hold on to the tempo now, as 15 points is enough to be in the top of this race right now, currently good for second. With 2 sprints left, though, lots can still change, and of course the final sprint worth double. Good chance here for rest, though, for Danielson and the rest of this field as they're sitting above the blue line. This is the formation that we are taking just a bit of a break here. They're going to get the bell soon, though. They know it's coming when they round that corner out of turn 4. The second to last bell. Grinsel has open track again. He knows without points to his name, really, he's probably going to be allowed to make this break happen for a bit for himself. He'll go on the attack ahead of the bell. Grinsel leading things out here at 6 to go. He's got a nice opening. Darlene responds. That's number 29 in blue. The most important sprint now really is going to be this final sprint coming after this one. But this is still an important moment here, especially for that race for third place right now. Still pretty close. Just a couple points separating those riders. Couple with 10, or one rider with 10, a rider with 9, a few with 7 and 6 points. So the race right there for third, huge. Grinsel for 5. Able to cash out nicely on the early attack. Gallagher gets more good points here. 3 for him, 2 for Flum, 1 for Darlene. With 25 points, Gallagher is currently leading in a really good fashion, but he's also just going to say, you know what? Every week I can get stronger. Let's just keep it going. He keeps on the attack here. He'll pull up for a second, maybe looking for reinforcements. Yeah, he'll just let this come back together again. I thought he was going to go try to ride this thing out at the end of the race. Make every week a training week, too. Make you stronger for the next week. If you know you've got this is your last race of the night, you've got the win basically secured. You're 25 points. There's no one really that close. Could be fun to take a risky move like that and see what she'll do with it. But he plays it safe. He backs back up into the field. Merrick Gallagher, the leader, with 25. It's still Tyson Danielson in second with 15. A 10-point split between first and second place. 10 points for Wyatt Paul, still good for third after all this action's been going on. Andrew Martin still in fourth with 9 points. Wilson with 7 points. Mirafuente still with 6. Grinsell, Flom, Lynch all with 5. Williams, Adams, Park with 3. 1 point now to Darlene, 2 to Magidson. Last sprint upcoming. They're seeing 2 to go. Next time around, it will be the final bell. The only person that could take the crown from Gallagher right now is Danielson. If he wins the sprint and if Gallagher gets no points in that sprint, not a likely thing to happen. So as long as Gallagher's in front of Danielson on this final sprint, he will be your winner tonight. And the sprint getting going here. The Husky is hustling away from the field right now. It's the rider in purple, 1 to go. Our final lap of racing here at the Friday night. And here comes Park, number 30, taking over the front. Who's going to come up here to try to get one more chance to work their way up this leaderboard? Jamie Park on the attack down the back straight. Here comes number 2, Sandoval. Been a bit quiet for a couple laps. He's looking fresh. He's ready to throw down for some points here. Gallagher says, yeah, well, so am I. I haven't been very active, but I still got more. Wilson, whoa, get a little bit close there in turn 4. They come out all right. Here comes Sandoval, Gallagher, Martin, and Wilson. I think Martin will move up into second overall after getting some important points there. That might be just enough to take over in front of Danielson. I'll have to check the points. He might have only gotten the 4, though. That might only end up being good for third. Sandoval with 10 big points on that final sprint. A big move there, but it will be Gallagher getting 6 more points. I think we're going to end up with 31 for the junior. No one even close. The Rider of the Year will keep it for 1 more week. Ladies, gentlemen, friends, and fans, everyone alike here, all of our athletes, all of our supporters, all of you online, thank you for tuning in for another edition of Friday Night Racing. It's been a great one. What a beautiful evening and a fun night of racing action. Our thanks especially to the fans that are still here enjoying the show. We really appreciate you sticking around with us. We still got the beverage garden open here. The food trucks will hang out just a little bit longer. It's a great night to hang and enjoy this beautiful Friday night with us. If you're on the stream, you probably liked what you saw. If you're still here with us, don't forget to hit the thumbs up on your way out the door. Hit the subscribe button, the notification bell. Maybe even reshare the link with somebody. Let them know you watched some pretty cool racing today. That'll help us out a lot. Thank you so much for your support and for great racing tonight. Thanks to our athletes for putting on a fantastic show for all of us here today. I can't wait to see all of you back again for some more great racing right here at the Jerry Baker Memorial Velodrome.